Well, hello, friends. Yeah, suffice to say, where the hell have I been? It's a good question. I've wondered that myself too. Um, well, to put it bluntly, I honestly just got very caught up in life stuff, as we do, for the past few months or so. And so, despite my my genuine desire to keep streaming Skylar's adventures, it just wasn't in the cards for me. I felt this overwhelming urge, I guess, to perform, especially after work and meetings. I put this silly pressure on myself to not only perform Skylar, but also feel like I had to perform for an audience, even though logically I know that everyone who's here, anyone who ever watched me, just watched for me. But to get that out of the way, that's where I've been. Skylar's story has been continuing. Where did we leave off? Well, I'm pretty sure the last time I went live with Skylar, she was still in the beginning fetal stages of dating Santiago. Um, which is pretty hilarious because since then we've gotten these two characters married. We've encountered excessive gang violence. They had a baby together. Our house was burned down, and she became a doctor. So, Homegirl has been busy, and I do apologize that I haven't streamed that again. It was a lot of outside factors and also just me being in my head. But that said, I wish I could be starting to stream again under more positive circumstances, I guess. And it's not lost on me that, she's kind of come so far, and now I'm kind of using the stream to ease back into it, yes, but also to not really end it, but put a bookmark into a certain chapter. And we'll revisit again eventually. But the point is, I do apologize for those of you that did join initially to watch this story develop and grow, this kind of naive, semi feral woman who's integrating back into society. And, then I just kind of went quiet for a bit. But that said, I do have access to all my VODs. I record every session, even if I wasn't streaming it live, I would just stream it unlisted as a video on YouTube. So one day, I won't overpromise and underdeliver, but maybe one day when I have the motivation to do so, I'll trim out all the fat, so to speak, of all those VODs and upload them officially to my YouTube. So if you have any interest in what made this character who she is, those subtle moments, the building, the everything that makes me love this character so much, you're welcome to watch that one day. But yeah, so what brought us here? And why is this being kind of titled as a goodbye? Well, Skylar is a quiet character fundamentally, and I'm so sorry if you're just hopping in here and this is so yappy already, but I just wanted to get updates out of the way and get everything or get everyone on the same page rather before we jump into the RP, because it's a Friday night. Everyone's going to be on. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had, lots of telegrams that need to be sent. But, all right, so what is going on with Skylar? Well, like I said, she's a quiet character and one that requires slow progression. I am immensely proud of what's been accomplished with her family, her family life with Santiago, with her baby, which, if you haven't heard the news of her baby is Aurora. She is almost a year old in canon. She's now walking and trying to talk and babble, and she's just been like this light that Santi and Skylar really needed. But that said, I'm very proud of the character and how she started from me sort of accepting that after her first 2 months in Monroe, I was content to let her die, as morbid as that sounds, because she was running from her past, her crimes, the things that she had to do to get quote unquote free from the life she lived before, which was, riddled with indoctrination and discipline and rules that didn't make any sense. And I mean, to put it lightly, she was in a cult. And so having to resort to violence to escape that, and then living in the wilds for so long to kind of reclaim herself, but also losing herself at the same time, I was content to have my first character on Ranch, my first foray into RP, be something that was subtle and slow, something that if it didn't work out and she died to the elements, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But then, of course, as life goes, she found friends and fell in love. She found a town that embraced her when she thought, there was nothing left to embrace. And, we just let the RP gods kind of carry us from there. And so here we are. She's in this big empty house. They're packing. She's about to head out. And I guess all I can say is that it's just been a delight and an honor to get to develop this character, but it's also come with a lot of growing pains and, well, okay, I'll cut to the chase. So there's a lot of things out of character, in character, and things that have been out of our control, really. Um, Things that were not exactly intentional, but kind of left Santiago, Skylar, the Atlas family in a state of limbo, for lack of a better word, or a better comparison. And so it's been back to back weeks, months of plots not getting resolved and lots of waiting. And a big pain point for Santiago, for example, is grief and loss. A big pain point for Skylar is wanting desperately to choose peace, to choose compassion, to be fully embracing herself, her past, her present, her future, and choosing for herself. And yet she feels like she's been constantly forced into corners and having to, go back to feeling out of power, feeling like she can't do anything for herself. And so, as far as resilience is concerned, that's a wonderful problem to have. You're getting these back to back issues and tests. But to me, there's a difference between building up calluses and becoming stronger and then just blatantly ripping into an open wound over and over and over when it doesn't have time to heal. And so the reason we've come to this decision is because, one, Skylar recently found out she is pregnant again. And after being stalked by a gang for most of her pregnancy last time, then having her house burned down once she had her baby, said gang is back in Blackwater and they're just kind of part of the community now. And so again, it's an odd thing because it's no one's fault, really. It truly isn't. It's a disparaging factor between what time looks like in server for some people than what time looks like out of character. So to the server, the group that stalked her and the group that burned her house down, they served their time already in prison. They realistically, this would have been years that have passed, right? But for Skylar, it hasn't been years. And so that's just an issue of how things work with time, and that's no one's fault. But again, realistically, realism-wise, it's been difficult for me to figure out because how is she realistically supposed to process and move on from that and feel safe in her own town if the same people that are responsible for her feeling unsafe for the better half of a year, how is that, how does that work? And so that combined with a lot of stagnant energy revolving around some plots not being resolved, it's just felt like Santi and Skylar are just being given lots and lots and lots of half-finished things, and then just before they can sit down and kind of eat that half-finished meal, they get it pulled away from them again. And so I think that, as a character that has had to grow up feeling complicit in crime, feeling like she couldn't choose to help, she couldn't fix anything, she had to watch people suffer, to choosing to act via violence to escape, and now she's a doctor, she's a mother, she's this piece of a wonderful community. Her choosing peace and to say, I deserve a break, I deserve to step away, and I'm going to enjoy this pregnancy. I can't do this again. I'm not putting myself through this, and sometimes strength is knowing when to step away. So, rambly. What does this mean for the Rios family? For Santiago, that's up to his player, so I won't speak for him. We've agreed essentially that right now he is home, he's packing, he's got Aurora at the hip or at his foot because she is now officially walking and being a little menace. Skylar is essentially going to be making her rounds, telling the family, friends that they are leaving. I plan to have her become an independent doctor, so whenever she visits, if she does, have it in her, she wants to do some medical work, she can, because I love medical RP. That is one thing I've really enjoyed, and Skylar loves medical RP. She's really enjoyed being able to help keep her people in Blackwater healthy and knowing kind of what's going on with everyone. So we're gonna probably go that route. But ultimately, it's kind of the best comparison I can give is like when you graduate high school or you leave a job and then you go back to visit and you just reminisce and it's nostalgic and it's lovely, but at the same time, you remember, I'm so glad that I'm an alum and I'm not actually walking these halls as a student anymore. It's like she's graduating in a way. Blackwater was her first true home, but she knows right now it's not the Blackwater she fell in love with. A song that I love that has lyrics that make me think of the situation and why I've named the stream this is We Say Goodnight, Not Goodbye. And that's how I'm really going on about all of this. She just needs time to close her eyes, exhale, and have permission to rest. But it's never a goodbye, especially when you have family still in Monroe and you have unresolved plot points and things like that. We just need a break. So, Santiago has said in the past, in past streams and past sessions, that once he leaves to go to Mexico to be with his family there, he's going to have a very hard time returning to Monroe. And again, what happens happens as far as Santi, because that's up to his player. But at least for Skylar, she's going to be around a lot less. But I do intend to stream if and when I do hop on her for, checking in on everyone and seeing about her repeat patients and how they're doing. Because at the core, her story isn't over. We're just putting a bookmark in it while the Rios family takes a well deserved break because she's also, again, pregnant and she just wants to enjoy it this time. So, all that yapping out of the way, I have an entire to do list of things that needs to get done. We will be taking care of some things today, some tomorrow, maybe Sunday, but all that to say, I really appreciate the people in Ranch, the little family that I've accumulated over the past almost year. It's been a wonderful ride. I don't like to talk like it's the end because I know it's not, especially because I know me. And Skylar, she's very much someone who would never just fully leave someone hanging. But it still makes me very emotional and sad because it is kind of the end of how the Rios family was, or as everyone knew them. So it's always sad. Endings are never fun. I'm gonna stop before I start tearing up, but alright. Skylar, you have read enough today, sweetie. Let's go actually talk to humans. Her favorite activity. God. And the entire house has been gutted. We had the concept of basically just turning it into a bit of like a hostel or a little vacation home for all of the Atlas people to come by if they ever need a place to stay. Just kind of converting this into an extra bunk room with a bunch of different beds and stuff, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, that's wonderful in theory, but that's a lot of work as well. And whenever you're just mentally, emotionally kind of fried, you just want to be done with it. But we'll see. Again, nothing solid. I hate dealing in absolutes, which is why it's been so difficult and why like I'm streaming. I want to kind of document her quote unquote last days in Monroe before she's not an official citizen of Monroe anymore. But either way, it's still painful and sad, and I don't want to be like, oh, this is it, we're gonna leave everything unfinished. I hate that. So we're just gonna see where the RP takes us tonight. She has a lot of people to talk to. I fed her, watered her like she's a plant. Okay, let's go to our Blackwater music and go see who's out and about. Make sure her description matches what she always has, that her perfume smells of juniper, pine, and petrichor. Fun fact, she always puts that there. It was a perfume made by Maddox, who's the local perfume maker, soap maker. She's a lovely human. She's been there for Skylar for a lot of things. And it's just gonna make me emotional again because the perfume she always wears is the first gift that Santiago got her. It was for Christmas, and it was also the first real Christmas gift she got. So she wears the shit out of it, and it has sentimental reasonings behind it and yada yada, but take a deep breath, don't cry. It's not the end. It's just tying up some loose ends. But I love like the idea. I'm playing all this lovely sentimental music, and I'm probably just gonna get my shit rocked. I'm gonna get robbed. Oh no. Is that a clergyman? Please no. She just escaped the cult, please. I think what I'm gonna do is, after we check telegrams, we're going to run through her routine that she used to do. Back when she was by herself, no one knew her. Like, I cannot tell you how many days and nights she's just kind of roamed by herself, not wanting to be remembered, not wanting anyone to know her name. So I know that... Okay, so Jim was taken care of, thank God. Removed the wire, his body was rejecting it, causing a persistent infection. I hope the psychological issues were fever issues. His knee for a week. Oh, God bless Dr. Agnes, thank God. I will monitor him. I assume you also have follow-ups scheduled with him. But do let me know. Well, no. I assume you do have follow-up scheduled with him, but I'll make sure. See how he's doing. Thank you again. And expertise and quick response to this case. Let's see who you are. Wait. Is it Agnes? Okay, I want to make sure I spelled her name right. Some bots in my chat. Hello, friends. So silly. Alright. And then Olivia responded.
I got plenty of stuff if you need a loan.
How are you faring today? Just wanted to check. Also wanted to talk at some point. Nothing bad or severe. Just would prefer to have just a life update. No. See, this is... I don't have the heart for this shit, bro. Gotta thug it out here, and I can't. Things have been weird lately. I'm so sad. Oh. However, inefficient. I can be expressing it. Wait, what did she say? It was gotten closer me further apart. So sorry that the situation seems to continue to put pressure on.
Couple related.
Oh no, it's Cooper. Oh, we were supposed to have a dinner party and Santi's not here. Oh shit. Shit.
I wonder if this guy does this guy like live at the telegram office? That'd be nice. Oh, should I just reach out to him actually myself?
As far as always welcome.
Okay. What do you think the title should be?
Be happy. Please have a safe season. Away.
And what's his name?
I admit, bare bones right now.
Applegate, all one word?
We'll speak more in person. Alright. Okay, and then what did he say? You have to wait until he returns. Okay, I was waiting on this. He will not be back before Saturday. Sick. Can do.
Should I just include the bit outright?
Okay. Let me talk to Vienna.
I was gonna say I was originally going to reside in the apartment with you, but I see the opportunity to have one for myself.
Apologize that it's been a while since spoken outside of shitstorms brewing. All the time we've known each other, I admit that I often see myself in you. And as a result,
You think I should sign it with my actual name?
hesitate too much. First, or speak freely. Like I told you last week in talk. Long since I'm disciplined to not speak openly for exactly what's on my mind. Learning that still something.
That the person that bet $4,000 for that apartment doesn't want it.
Fucking, that's ridiculous. Aren't they not allowed to do that?
No, you can't pull your bed. I mean, that's all my bed.
Working
That's
on
wild. I shouldn't be able to do that. Okay. Mr. Applegate, I'm the other interested party that Mrs. Zelda O'Hare mentioned. I am interested in taking the available apartment for 1400, if possible. I was originally going to reside in the apartment with Mr. and Mrs. O'Hare, but I've seen the opportunity to have a space of my own and would much prefer such. Thank you for your time. My name.
Yeah.
So
You
Yeah, I
don't
know.
tell people your name?
No,
Oh,
barely anybody knows it.
does Paul know it?
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
I don't know. Paul, do you know my name? Exactly.
have
He's mean to
some
me.
life updates.
No, I'm not. I love you.
to Talk to you about.
No.
Just let me
I just
know
have been
whenever
telegramming him a lot.
You probably make a good one.
it's
Hmm?
time.
Yeah.
Because I talk to people all the time.
Yeah, I think you're good with like selling things to people.
If only I wasn't a raging kid. Then, yeah.
You really don't come off like a raging bitch.
No, I come off as a
What
please
am I
follow me
listening
around to
to?
the point where I have to ask my husband to kill you.
This
Yeah,
fucking
you come
dog.
off as like
Hypothetically.
you come off as really personable.
Oh, thanks.
But that's like the exact opposite of what you. Of
What
how
I
you-
actually am.
How
Yeah.
much?
Tucker said I'm the cutest Callahan girl. I think he did say that you were. I think he did say you were the cutest Callahan guy. And Gilbert said Casey.
Well, I said
Why?
something.
What?
Safe and talk soon.
What's my opinion on Duke?
How am I supposed to be
I
tough
think I've
and
laid eyes on him
bold in this economy?
What?
I'm so sad.
here at the gun store and didn't keep stealing. And
Shit.
second time I was packing up a bullet wound there. So seems like the poster boy for bad decisions.
Had some life updates that I
Mhm.
wish to share with you if you happen to have any time to spare. It's better discussed in person, but if you are able to.
Blackjack, I need you ASAP. It's important. Come here.
My, how forward.
That's good. Be
Safe. Be well. Tonight.
No, not at all.
This shit is ass. I don't wanna.
As well as I can be.
I don't wanna.
I don't work there no more.
Watch, I just get mugged immediately or taken hostage. I know that some of my folks should be around tonight. Is that Jethro? I don't know. All these men look the same to me, unfortunately. Hi there. The saloon doors are closed, so that means no one is inside typically. Oh, this is depressing. Where's my family? Well, let me just go check the doctor's office real quick, because that is... Let's see if our doctor colleagues need help, but then again, I told myself we wouldn't do any work today because she just needs to talk to people. Dr. Olivia... What are they doing in Armadillo? Is there a mass casualty? Poisoning cases? Tainted water flasks. Milkweed, honey, and vanilla. Huh? What the fuck is poisoning people in roads? Okay, so anyway, considering... Let me check. Nachola Springs. Yeah, there's a mass casualty over there. Womp womp. Let me go get rid of all this money so I don't get robbed. Is that? I think that is them. Is that you, Charlie? Frank?
Oh, you startled me. Yes.
Sorry about that. No worries if y'all are on the go or anything, but
No,
did
no,
y'all
no,
have a
you're quite
moment?
right. Yeah, of course.
Well, it's a bit much to inform in just a few sentences, but I did want to let you know that, Santi and I will be, leaving for the summer.
Oh,
Well, it's, not going to be a secret for long, but I'm expecting our second.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
That
It's
is. that
it's
is just-
exciting.
It is. I mean, you're gonna have a whole family, a big one.
Yes,
Growing.
which was the goal, but unfortunately, Monroe is not exactly a place for children. We've realized the hard way.
I understand.
So he's been unwell, to put it lightly. And I don't know if, whenever we leave, I intend to come back. I've got many patients I take care of. I've got people here that I want to see, but he might need some more time. I'm not sure if he'll have it in him to come back anytime soon.
I see. When do you guys plan on leaving?
Potentially by the end of this weekend.
Oh, okay. I see.
And I know work never really stops. There's never an opportune time. It's just, I think whenever he heard Buck had left too, I think he just, he locked himself away, and I really had to force him to get out to get fresh air at times, and
I understand. It's been a tough adjustment for a lot of us.
yes, and grief is one of those things that it just doesn't disappear. Even when you think it gets better, it just tickles you at different intervals at random times, and he's just not doing well. And so the only thing I can do right now is make sure that he rests, even though it hurts to step away a bit, you know.
Yeah, of course. I understand. Will you please tell him that we love him and that we're proud of him and you, and that we're always here. Always, we're family. Vivier.
Vivier.
I hope you know I haven't forgotten that day, after those bastards burned my house down. It was you that showed up. And he hasn't forgotten that either. It was the one thing he clung on to. He didn't want to just leave because he knew that there's people here that still love him and care. It's just, there's a difference between building calluses versus, continuing to strike an open wound, you know?
Size.
So please know that it's not. Neither of you will be a forgotten facet for us. You exist very much so in our lives. It's why we held on so long, to be honest.
Likewise for you too.
Yeah. I'll be honest, every time we come to Black Horse, we're looking for you in every corner. Thank you.
Of course. No, thank you. I think it's all just, proof. You live, so you love. And if you didn't love, it wouldn't hurt to say goodbye sometimes.
Yeah, I reckon.
I will tell him what you've told me. What was that, Frank? Sorry.
I just hope to get one last time to chat with him, I guess. But I understand if he doesn't want to come back.
I'll certainly try. In the night, Buck had resigned. He wanted to ride out to find the both of you. But I think it was just late, and we decided to stay home. We have Aurora, our little girl. She gets really fussy when her daddy's not home, so I'll talk to him. I'll see if I can manage to drag him out, stop packing for a second, and just maybe see the people that matter, you know?
Yes, please. That would mean a lot.
Okay. Okay. I have so many people to talk to, it's not going to get easier from here, so I appreciate you both.
Of course.
Appreciate
Always.
you.
I'm very bad with affection, but could I hug the both of you?
Please,
Of
by all
course.
means.
In the aftermath of everything, I was so distraught and angry, and there's so many spider webs connected in Monroe, like I don't even know who to trust some days. And it pissed me off that in those moments I had forgotten about your kindness. It's selfish and evil what people will do and how they can overpower the kindness and the love that's surrounding you. And so, just thank you. I didn't get to acknowledge it all that much back then because it was so fresh, but it's what you've done and your actions that make it so hard to step away. So thank you.
Of course. And you've nothing to apologize for, but thank you.
Please keep yourselves safe. I know that the job is hard, it never ends, so prioritize yourselves, please.
We will. We will.
If you promise to do the same.
Of course. We're going to Mexico, we're going to his family's ranch, and I can actually enjoy my pregnancy and not look over my shoulder every 2 seconds. It's gonna be a delight for once.
That is excellent to hear.
Yes.
Because,
Good.
yeah. Been through too much already.
Yes. And I think it takes strength to know when to walk away. And the way I see it, it's not a goodbye, it's just a good night. We just need a break.
See you later.
Yes, exactly.
See. Yeah.
See.
See you later.
Okay. I have some telegrams to write and people to talk to, but thank you for taking the time, as always.
Always. Thank you for letting us know.
Okay. Be safe, please.
You as well.
Oh, I can't do this shit, bro. Oh, God. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, this is so trash, dog. Oh. Hi, dog. Come here. No, come back. No, don't you leave me. Come here. Let me pet you. I need my emotional support, dog. Let's go to the old house, actually. The old house. The house that was burned the fuck down. That shit was trash, bro. She really gave birth, went on her first date with her husband for the first time in like a while because they were stalked the entirety of like the second trimester and on. And so they finally had a night of reprieve to just be themselves, talk to friends, and then they go home, and then their fucking house was burned to the ground. Like, come on, man. Like, Frank and Charlie were not lying when they were like, y'all have gone through enough. Because they have. They're just a young couple trying to raise their kid and have a normal life, and, everyone says, no, fuck you. So it's, yeah, it's sad. And here it is. The hoose. Ugh, I'm not crying, you're crying. Like, she came from a convent, and then she, you know, escaped. She always tells Santi this, because it's true. She doesn't know how to decorate the house really well, because nothing in the convent was ever hers. You know, they don't really maximize your, your individuality when you're a sister. And so the idea of that, and then going to living in the woods and just having to fight tooth and nail to survive. There was nothing comfortable or safe. And so this tiny little house was her first place that was hers. It was safe. It was where she and Santi had their longest talks and got to know about each other and learn about each other as people. Because, there's a big difference between just dating someone versus living with them. You learn a lot more about them when you live with them. And so, just all that and how much life happened in that tiny house. Their friends that would come over, the porch conversations she'd have with Will and Critter and Fool and Felicity and all of them. They would sit on the roof on top and stargaze. It was such a tiny little house, but everyone there made it a home, And she'd never had a home before. And so to come back to everything and it's burned to the fucking ground, it really fucked with her, obviously. It really messed with her. And I think that was her first recognition of how unsafe Monroe was. And Willa, who is, she kind of saw her or sees her as almost a maternal figure because Willa has gone through a pregnancy where she had to, she was fighting in an active war, from what I remember she had said. And so violence and being targeted while actively pregnant, she's very familiar with that. And she's the one that kind of encouraged Skylar to, get the children out of here. It is not safe for kids, and it's not safe to raise a family. It's an entire wild frontier. Oh, God. Yes,
Sorry
sir.
to bother you.
No, what can I do?
Have you seen someone trying to sell Black Arabian around here?
No, I can't say I have. Do you have any description or a name?
Castle.
Castle.
Yeah, they're supposed to meet me here to sell me a Black Arabian.
No, I haven't. When's the last time he telegrammed you?
Like 2 hours ago.
My best guess would be that he'd either be waiting in the saloon, or he'd be around the stables. If he's not there, then he might have left and gone elsewhere.
You got it. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. It's so funny because Skylar a few months ago would have actively ignored that man and run away. Like, she would have had no interest in helping him. What was I saying? I don't know. My brain is everywhere. No one's responded, so I'm not sure who is around. Oh, this is so ass. I'm so sad. I knew I would be. I knew it would be awful because goodbyes and having to tell people like, hey, oh, that's what I was talking about. So Willa blatantly saying that Monroe is not safe for families or for children. And it's like Skylar never really thought she'd get to this point of having kids, having a family. Like, she always jokes about it that she was married to God, but she was. She was devoted to the church. She never thought about relationships in that sense. And so going from completely devoted to a cause, a religion, to having her own family she's building up, it's painful for her because she loves Blackwater so much. She loves the people so much. And realizing that it sometimes love and your family caring about you, it's not enough to provide safety. And that's one of the most painful things because that's kind of what led to the big old rift between the Atlas family, the little saloon family she has, because that gang that was stalking her and Santi during her pregnancy, Will, if you remember Will, of course, how could you forget William Stetson? But Will was trying everything in his power to honor Santi's wish for him to basically protect Skylar while he was on duty, while he was doing his active lawman duties. And so Will found himself in some bad situations where he just desperately wanted to keep this guy safe. But in the end, the goalpost for, well, he was basically being extorted, but the goalpost kept shifting and it just was fruitless, and it just caused a lot of tension because he was trying to do these things quietly in the background and it kind of just blew up in his face. I don't like that. Why is there a whole posse over there? Let's just go away. We're gonna leave. Let's leave. But Yeah, my point being, with Will, he tried everything in his power to protect Skylar, and it failed. And that's not like a slight to him and his efforts. It's the fact that sometimes you can't outsmart certain groups, certain gangs. If they want something, they're gonna get it. And like I said, sometimes love isn't enough to just keep everyone safe, and that's a painful reality. And that's also where Skylar arrives at this little realization of I I can't change the past. We can't change the months that I lost of having a peaceful pregnancy, but what I can do is choose how my future's written. And so the most merciful thing she can do is just step away. But yeah, fun fact, she used to come here almost every single day, every morning with Fig, her old mare, and she would just clean up all the graves. She would scrub them clean, especially the ones that didn't have flowers, because during December, especially, there were so many graves that had flowers and candles, and she would notice them and pray with them, but then she would also just make sure the ones that don't have any love would also get some attention. She'd just sit with them for hours. She would watch the sun come up and sit here in the yard. And that's what she'd do. No one ever noticed. That's the thing, like, I think the most painful part of kind of putting her story on hold for a little bit is genuinely the fact that she's a quiet character. She's someone that thrives on little mundane routines. She's not performing for other people. She's doing it because she grew up serving others. It's all she ever knew. And so it's poetic in a way to be able to have her serve herself for once, to say that, you know, my partner is suffering. I'm going to have another kid soon, and I don't want to see my current child, who's walking and talking and now, just in a dangerous place, you know? But it's hard and sad to kind of put a little miniature stop to things, because Skylar is someone who was never really noticed. She doesn't want to be noticed. She just does things because she cares deeply. She knows what it means to be truly alone, to kind of give up on yourself and to have to reassess everything in your life. And so I think knowing that, and the fact that she's so service oriented and doesn't really do things for the show or the thanks, I think the fact that she has unintentionally become like a pillar of Blackwater, someone who people rely on for, you know, medicine and for, oh, girl, why are you, I think I pressed the duck and cover button, but someone who people can rely on, someone who people can go to for advice, or someone who is just understanding and doesn't really approach with judgment ever. It's that sort of story development that makes me sad that things didn't pan out the way that I thought they would. Because there's so much potential and heart there, you know? The fact that she didn't want to be remembered, but because of who she is and the compassion and care she puts into everything she does, she has been remembered. She has made a place for herself. But the place she's made for herself is, well, it's kind of infested with ants, and she needs to get away to protect herself and her family. It's just sad. It's sad, but it's also kind of empowering, because the way I see it, it's also like she gets to be the like the hot aunt or the hot mom that comes back on occasion with a bunch of gifts and homemade meals, and she'll hear the gossip, hear what everyone's going through, get the updates, and then, like I said before, she doesn't really have that tie anymore to really not stay, but not become overly invested in like all the politics and worry for her life and her safety, really. Which is, it's liberating in a way, but nonetheless sad because of what it also entails with leaving things behind, leaving people behind. Oh man, I am not looking forward to talking to Vienna and Will, because, like she said in her telegram to Vienna is so similar to how she is internally, how she thinks of herself. like very blunt, very well, her younger self anyway. The sisters hated how rambunctious she was and how messy she'd get and how much she'd just love to run around in the mud and in the swamps and be crazy, and they really wanted her to be a dignified young lady, eloquent, well-spoken, educated. And so when she looks at Vienna or Critter and she sees someone who is just relentlessly themselves, who they don't apologize for being themselves, it's always been very inspiring for Skylar because, you know, she grew up very restrained, very controlled. She had a long conversation with Vienna a long time ago, and I want to kind of bring that back up if they get to talk tonight or tomorrow. Because Vienna has grown so much too, and oh, I don't want to cry, man. It's just, everyone has grown so much, and that's what makes things like this hard, because all the characters at the Atlas, they are fundamentally just very broken people trying to rebuild from a troubled past. And I mean, in a way, we all are. Every character sort of is. But I guess, I mean, it's just, they didn't intend to be these big, larger-than-life characters, but they still found each other. They still made this sort of family together, and they've all grown in their own ways. It's just been beautiful to watch. It's why it's so sad to kind of walk away from it a little bit. Like the singing tree. Skylar came to this tree so much when she first got into like Blackwater, and I'll never forget, she was having some relationship issues actually with Santi, and I think like the relationship issue in question was the fact that their relationship was kind of unconventional at first, meaning, well, I don't want to get super into it, it's a whole thing, but he, oh god, okay, I need to stop pressing that. Anyway, he was still having some complicated feelings about his ex because she had very suddenly left. And Skylar, who had never been in a relationship before, never really gotten to experience that, it was difficult for her to understand. Like, she wanted to be fair to him, to his ex, to herself, but it was the first time she'd ever experienced it, man. Like, it's scary to suddenly, like, care about people, period, but it's also scary to suddenly, you know, after a life of thinking you're never going to get married or experience dating, to be interested in someone, to be attracted to someone, and they also have a complicated situation with their ex, and you're kind of like the in-between, and you feel like you're the other woman, and then your entire religion always, oh my god, what the hell? Girl, I'm gonna hide, what the fuck? That's like, where y'all going, to war? What the fuck? Anyway, going from someone who never got to experience dating or the complicated emotions of being attracted to someone, Skylar felt like the other woman for a bit, and she also, you know, her religion is very against that. You know, don't be cheating on people, don't have mistresses. And so it was complicated, and she hated it. And so I never forgot, she came to this tree, which is also where she met Felicity, one of her first friends, not one of, her first friend in Monroe. They met at this tree, and then her and Santiago had several conversations at this tree about their life and their goals, their hopes and their dreams, and how to find light in darkness. And so after she kind of realized, like, oh fuck, he still has feelings for his ex, and this is awkward. What does that make me? Am I making his life harder by being here and liking him? Am I justified in feeling like, you know, I don't want to be the other woman? Like, maybe figure your shit out before we start liking each other, maybe? So she had all these feelings, and she came to the tree, and there was, his name was Bird. He was doing a ceremony because he had lost a nephew, I think, and I forget which tribe he's from, but he was a native man, and they just kind of talked for a good hour or so about relationships and advice, and then he invited her to watch him do his little ritual to say goodbye to his nephew, and then he also cleansed her and offered protection over her. It was one of those RP moments where you can't really plan it, but it was excellent. Like, just 10 out of 10. One of those moments that you can't script. I hope that role player is doing well. Bird was excellent. I'm so sad, bro. And before she was really known in Blackwater, she would just hunt for hours and hours out here. God. And it's crazy too, because when I played her initially, I would spend no extra time in any given place. So if I went to Strawberry, for example, I'd sell all of her hunting stuff. She would hide in a stable or under a tree somewhere, make a fire somewhere out of the way, and that was it. Like, she would never stay in a town for too long. I remember some days I'd have her travel all the way across state just for the hell of it. She'd go all the way to Annisburg, Van Horn. She'd never go to Saint Denis, though. She hated the city because it reminded her way too much of New Orleans, which is where she's from. So it was crazy, going from always being on the move, always just hunting, getting what she needed to eat, because for roleplay mechanics, I would always say that she would be collecting money to get like a warm stable for Fig, her old mare. So it was just going from being constantly on the move to barely leaving Blackwater. She even became a nurse, which, for the uninitiated, basically a nurse is just a doctor. They do everything doctors do, the same tests, certifications, but they're just stationed in one town. And so she kind of became the nurse of Blackwater, and she never really had a reason to leave. So it's just, again, her story isn't this loud, dramatic one. It's a soft story. It's one that genuinely took time to get her here, to trusting people, to feeling like this is her home, you know? And that's Blanche. I didn't want to... Because realistically, Skylar would not have seen her behind her, so I don't want her to, like, break her neck to be like, "Hi, Blanche!" But, yeah, just that whole story, the process of her going from someone who doesn't want to be remembered, doesn't want to stay anywhere, to kind of telling herself, hey, it's okay to settle down. It's okay to want a soft, safe life where you have a warm home to come home to, a place to go drink and talk with friends. It's okay to have friends. It's safe. Like, it's just... That's what makes me emotional, really. That it was never meant to be a grand story, but in the end, the relationships that she's made, it's just... You can't help but feel something. And she went to church already. Oh, summer. There are people here, but neither of these horses are horses that she recognizes, so she's not gonna go in. God, it's so sad too, because I remember, well, I have a Skylar test, basically, that I used to run. I don't do it as much anymore because, again, this is her home. She's more comfortable here. But I used to look into the saloon after she'd hunt for a long time, and if there was more than, like, 2 people, she would not go in. Like, that was just not anything she would entertain. Let me go pitch my horse elsewhere. Okay, Summer, please, please. And even with other things that weren't the saloon, if there's more than, like, 2 people there, she would not approach. Which is also, in a way, why, like, my instincts are like, nope, we are not going to the telegram station, because she would not go there realistically if there's a group of people unless she's with someone. But, again, it's her hometown, so, you know, once she kind of takes a breath and, you know, releases and calms herself, she realizes, like, oh, no, I'm safe. It's okay. Oh my god, is that Olivia? Oh, shit. Oh, no, I don't want to talk to Olivia. I will just start bawling. She's the one that delivered her baby, And then in return, Skylar also got to be there for Olivia's birth, and she has like arguably been such a wonderful mentor and mother figure.
Hello. Hey, Blanche.
Hey, Blanche.
I am 2 for 2 on pregnancy predictions.
Oh?
I've guessed right 2 times.
Yes. Who's pregnant?
Hi.
Well, no, they're not pregnant anymore because they hatched out the child.
Afternoon,
goodness.
folks.
Hi there.
Hey, y'all too.
She's playing dumb right now. She's like, oh, who's
Oh.
pregnant?
Oh, such a lovely season.
Huh?
Where I get to guess what, round peoples have in them.
What?
Sorry. I get to
The what?
guess the gender of a baby.
Oh,
Ooh, it's a boy.
No, I've
It's-
been
it's a
right.
boy.
I've been right. I'm not pregnant.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Oh.
guessing.
Oh, no, I've guessed girl twice, and I've been right 2 times.
Oh,
So if
Who's
anyone ever
baby?
needs their...
baby?
I can't remember.
what about mine? I'm
What?
joking. I'm
Yours
joking.
is
I'm
good.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
You're
I'm
gonna
joking.
have 2.
I'm joking.
It's gonna be a boy and a girl.
Don't say that. Don't say
Sorry.
that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm gonna die. Don't say that. You know what? You know what? You never said anything. I never spoke to you. This conversation did not happen.
You're gonna have 1,
No.
and then it's gonna be a boy, and then your next
Yes.
ones are gonna be twins.
What?
They're gonna be one of each. They're gonna be one of each. Yeah, you're gonna. So what's gonna happen is that she's gonna have 1, right? The twins are not gonna be planned. You're not gonna know when that happens.
Why would you wish twins upon anyone? They're lovely when they're out, but having to birth them is a whole experience.
Being a prophet comes with its digressions, unfortunately. I don't get to choose what your future is. I only get to tell it.
Well, could you predict
Oh,
my
God.
future?
Well, I
found
did say
out
I
the other day
wanted,
that I'm
like-
pregnant again.
I did say that I wanted like 8 babies, so that works.
Yeah, we negotiated that down to
That's why we moved to at least
not
4.
8. Yeah,
You got
well,
3 covered.
Oh,
Don't say
no,
that.
this is Marisol.
here, let's
Hello. How are you,
get off
honey?
the
I'm good. Can I pinch you for a second?
get out of the way,
champion?
Sure.
folks.
I'm gonna kidnap you.
I can't see what yours is.
Well, it is very fresh. Found out maybe a few days ago.
I give it like, I give it like 2 weeks. Maybe then I'll be able to.
Perfect.
Congrats.
Thank you. We are also a family that wants at least like 4 kids, so 1 down, 3 to go.
Yeah, I think 4 would do it. That's plenty. Wait,
even number.
made plenty. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
I would
Everyone has a
prefer
playmate.
3, but you know, she wanted 8.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
Gotta respect it.
I want 3, but I've mentioned it to Boyd, and Boyd, I asked him how many he wants, and he says, "Well, I'm gonna eat as many until you kick me off." So I don't know what that
Oh.
means.
Goodness.
Speaking of which, where is the old bastard?
He is currently clearing his head, but if you need anything, you can get through me.
Oh, of course. I just want to talk to him
I
and catch up.
prefer
Haven't
not
seen him.
to, because Boyd is the one that put
Yeah.
Will into a coma. Tee. Which is it's another thing. Time passes so weirdly in the server. Like, has Boyd served time? Is Boyd on good terms with us? Like, Skylar's talked to him casually. Like, it's difficult because how do you realistically play that out? Like, would she bring up the fact like, hey, you kind of shot down my entire family? Like, what do you do in that situation? I don't know, man. I just try not to think about it too hard. Like, Skylar is just pleasant to whoever's pleasant to her, but the only person she can't really get over and be pleasant to is, well, the people that burned her fucking house down. Because, you know, that's foul. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Oh, it's Skylar. Hi, Miss Skylar. My first week or so in Monroe, I was constantly called the fake Skylar. Because she's Skyla without an R, but she's beautiful and lovely, and every time I see her, I get happy, so she can be the real Skyla if she wants. Hey, Tucker.
Howdy.
I'm sorry if the music's repetitive, guys. I keep forgetting that it's on because it's just such like ambiance music. But if anyone gets sick of it, just yell at me and I will change it. This is my wandering Blackwater music. I swore I saw Olivia and Walter. And like part of me wants to talk to them. Because again, she delivered Aurora and Skylar got to help deliver her baby. And she's been a wonderful mentor, a good friend, just this wonderfully wise but also like realistic person that's been very honest with her. And offered wisdom. Which speaking of wisdom and like the women in her
Hey,
Hi there.
how you doing?
Alright. How are you? I woke up and saw the little yeah, not well, little, you know, mass casualty.
It's alright. It was luckily Ginger and I were out there because a fella jumped off the water tower. We were yeah, older man, gentleman, seemed a little a couple screws loose, you know. So
Bless him.
we were just a bunch of deputies came into town and we said, well, that's usually a sign for trouble. So we just stuck around town and luckily we were there. So and then a couple other doctors showed up, so it was all right. Everybody survived as far as I.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
How are you doing outside of everything? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you.
I'm doing okay. It's last night was a hard one. Gang somebody told a gang that I knew stuff that I didn't actually know, and they took me and threatened to cut my head off with a machete in front of a bunch of people. And
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a rough one. I'm okay.
I'm so sorry. I mean, even if you're okay, you know, I don't have to tell anyone this, especially you, but the after effects mentally, just take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm working. It's just if I sit around and think about it for too long, I start about how, you know,
we're so
almost never saw my
normal and
kids
okay.
again.
Yes.
Yeah, we're fine. We're all
Yes,
surviving
just
fine.
works.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have my hands deep in a person's belly with bullets in it than just sit in with my thoughts, you know? Yeah. We're all gonna be fine. Very healthy. Yeah.
I'm choosing not to work for a bit. I found out
Good.
a few days ago that I'm pregnant again, so this is lovely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And this is happy
unfortunately-
news, I'm assuming.
Yes, it's very happy. It's a bit somber because it's also coming with the realization that Monroe isn't exactly a safe place to be pregnant or to have a young family. To put it bluntly, we're gonna be moving to Mexico for a bit for the summer, potentially.
Okay. I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
I take it from somebody who was married to a deputy, lost him before he even got to meet his second child, and I think you take the time you can with them and raise them, you know, and be with them. So, yeah. I wish I had dragged Lloyd away from here when I felt it in my toes, you know, when you know there's something wrong and you feel like something bad's gonna happen. That's you listen to that instinct and you take your kids and run. There's no shame in that at all. Not one.
Yes. It's the hardest part has been the fact that I've loved being a nurse. I've loved being here for our people in Blackwater. I've loved every second of it, but well, I've been watching Santi sort of the light inside of him dying. And every resignation, every deputy that passes, every friend that leaves, he's just not handling it well.
That's how Lloyd was too towards the end. So yeah, get him out of here. Take him. Just enjoy being in a family.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a big family in Mexico. They have a beautiful ranch.
Perfect.
We can actually just take a breath. I've been kind of coping by telling myself it's a good night, not a goodbye. It's just resting for a second.
Exactly. This job will always be here. There will always be people getting hurt in this godforsaken state. So, and your kids won't grow up only one time. So, and your husband needs a break.
I'm very awkward with affection, but I'd like to hug you. I'm so sorry everything that happened to you. Just
No, it's alright.
every Every time I've spoken to you, you just have so much wisdom and kindness and warmth, and it doesn't come without, living it. And so, just thank you for everything. Truly.
Yeah, of course. And tell Santi I'm sorry that there's just been a lot. There's been a lot happening, and yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
He understands. It's why, again, we both have decided that if Monroe could be so unkind to the people that we care about, the people that are our anchors, well, we need to keep ourselves strong too, so when we do come back, we can be performing at our best,
I'm very proud of you guys for making that decision. It's the brave one. I know it feels like you're running away. That's how I would have felt, but you're not. You're doing the right one. You're making the right one, the right choice for you and the kids and for Santi too. You don't want that lat to leave his eyes.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, we're making the right choice. It's just, it's hard whenever you, like you said, you feel like you're leaving people. And I don't want anyone to hurt, but I also need to put him first too.
Yeah. And you're not leaving anybody. Most of us will be here when you get back, and those of us who aren't won't forget you. So.
It's a ferry ride and a horse ride away.
Exactly.
I intend to at least, I'm just a telegram away, and I can come if I really need to for my patients that really need me, but that's what I keep telling myself. It's,
Come back for the 4th of July and enjoy the fireworks and then go back.
Yes. I want to remember this place for what good it is,
Yeah,
I don't want to keep letting things deteriorate and rip at him and me until there's nothing left. I mean, Aurora, she's walking now. She's being a little menace. She's knocking her head on my shins, and the idea, I wanted so badly for her to walk down these streets the way we always did and learn how to run and walk, but I can't stomach it. The idea of another damn robbery happening, having to grab her and run, having to see her father run towards the gunfire and her wonder why. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, she'll get a chance to actually get to know her father. That's invaluable. Plus, Mexico with lots of kids and good food,
Lots of kids, good food. The ranch is very large. It's everything I would have wanted as a child. It's like a little playground.
That's where I grew up on a ranch, and it was magical. So that's kids will appreciate it. I have no doubt.
Yes. Well, I didn't expect to run into you, but I think that's how life has it.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
the right people fall into your life when you need them.
Exactly. Well,
you've had
I don't see you before you go. Yeah. I will, I wish you all the best. I really do, and I hope that you have the safest of travels, and give Santi my best, and give that little girl a squeeze for me. And congratulations again on the new one.
Thank you. And I think you have my telegram. If not, I can
I do.
telegram you. I do. Yes, we'll keep in touch.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Please do. Don't be afraid to just dump it all into a page and send it to me. I don't want you to ever think that you're handling things alone.
I am blessed in my friend. I know that much, at least.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back to packing and making my rounds, but please take care of yourself. Anything more than 2 mass casualties, try to, take a little
Oh god, no, if there's another mass casualty, I will be the coward and clock off. There's plenty of doctors that didn't have to go through the other one, so they can handle it, so it'll be fine.
Alright, well thank you, Sawyer, for everything.
Of course, thank you for everything, and congratulations again.
Thank you. You be safe and be well.
You too.
I hate this. I hate it. Oh, I'm so upset. Ooh. Ooh. My Sheila. Because that's the thing, yeah, Sawyer, her first husband literally fucking died. And then, ooh. Ooh. That's a spicy meatball. Oh, how am I supposed to live, laugh, and love in these conditions? Oh. Oh, man. I don't even have to check telegrams, bro. I just... This is so bad. It's so good. It's just emotional. And she needs to hear that too, because she does feel guilty. She feels like she's giving up and, you know, just saying, nah, fuck everyone else. But that's not true. It took so much for her to come to this decision, and like slowly watching your partner's light inside of them die is not a good experience. Oh, this shit. This roleplay shit, man. I'm not crying, you're crying. Wait, let me actually telegram William. What's your... Ah, shit. We're gonna remember this totally. WS4328. Okay. Oh, this shit sucks. I'm so sad. Oh my god, is Summer... Oh my god, I thought she was gonna run over that fucking dog. Oof. Ooh. My bad. I have an alarm that went off. Teehee. Like, there's part of me that wants to kind of branch out and go find people, but again, realistically, Skylar doesn't leave Blackwater all that much, and she's now with child again. Granted, it's very, 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 very early in the pregnancy, but she's with child, and she's got a baby at home. Like, she doesn't want to overly endanger herself for no reason, because as we've been discussing, Monroe is not exactly safe. So I don't think she'll migrate out too far. What we can do, perhaps, is I can go to her little spots that she used to sleep at. Which another thing was that she wanted to talk to Maddox and Leo because they were also wonderful friends to her. Their wedding was yesterday, but because realistically I don't think she would want to go where she thought that the people that burned her house down would be, she wouldn't realistically want to be around them because she knows for a fact she wouldn't be able to hold it together. So she wanted to talk to Maddox and Leo and apologize for not making it, but also just thank them for everything. But it's just kind of bittersweet. It's like, again, whenever she went to Toby's birthday earlier in the week, it's like she wants to be honest and just get it off her chest because it's like carrying this big old secret that you can't say anything about. But she doesn't want to ruin people's moments or overpower or make people sad when it's supposed to be a happy moment. So she's just kind of holding on as much as she can. I took out my bolt action because there's usually a cougar around here. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come here. See, this is what I get for ever tempting it. Wait, it would be so fucking funny, actually, if, what's her face, if Sawyer was the one that found me. Maybe I should change the peaceful music. It plays like something silly. Hold on. Sure, I'll play this one. Anyway, in my defense, I'm pretty sure my guns are very heavily degraded. So now we're just gonna sit here like an idiot and we're gonna wait. Well, actually, the more I think about it, I'm like, should I just respawn? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do medical RP. Well, okay. Thinking about it, basically, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just saying like, oh, she totally would have beat that cougar, but she realistically would have. She would have just shot it to death. My gun is just degraded as shit. And I don't know if I want to do medical RP because she's pregnant right now. And, well, she kind of wants to. Fuck it. Oh, look, I hear my own screams. Teehee. Because, like, I don't want to be that person that's like, meh, she would totally have killed the cougar in 1 or 2 hits, but, I mean, she hasn't been hunting in a while. Her guns are really degraded. And honestly, I was playing too much. I should have just gotten some distance and then shot the shit out of them because I know how to do that, but my brain did not realize my health was so low. Oh well. While we wait for someone, let me just get a drink. This music is so pleasant. Hold on. But like at the same time, I don't really care. It's not like... I'm gonna say that the cougar just scratched the shit out of her because she did shoot it several times. And then he ran off. Because I've had experiences where, after we've shot the cougar or the bear and you die or you're downed, it'll stay there and just keep, like, aura farming over your body. And the cougar ran off, so I'm just gonna say that she shot him really good and he's bleeding out, but he got me sooner. You know, it's been a while since she's been jumped by a cougar and it actually managed to do her in, so perhaps it is full circle. We're just going back to our roots, I suppose. Which, ironically enough, I do think it's funny oh, Jesus Christ. The cavalry's here.
Where? Okay.
I'm
See
here.
I know, we're just looking for the cougar.
Oh, it ran off. It should be pretty hurt.
You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we meet again.
Help.
We meet again.
I might have been clogged out playing blackjack. So
I thought that was yours, but make sure. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna get you on your feet and let's clean up this gash here, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, Skylar.
Just trying to have a sentimental moment going down memory lane and
that
just...
fucker was a little
see
bit
my
bullshit.
favorites.
Like I blinked a couple times and he was in a couple different places.
Oh,
Sass fucker.
love that.
Yeah. But now I saw Buckets was gonna play blackjack. I was like, I'll go play blackjack with Buckets. And, well, made more money than I had the whole week doctoring, so we're fine.
Okay.
What? If I can go sit down and make $500, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Lucky.
It happens. I lose money too. But it was cute. He was excited about getting a new horse and was trying to win his tack money, so I helped.
Oh.
I don't get to help out Buckets very often.
There we go. Watch out for my horse's ass. He's a good
Don't
boy,
get
but he's not that good of a boy.
It's a bit bright. I'm gonna take a little.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't mind me. Have to relog. That would happen though. Going down memory lane, talking about how unsafe Monroe is, and then here's a fucking demon cougar that's apparently glitching in and out. Because I don't know if y'all caught it, but Dr. Ginger was saying how it was flickering a bit. Like it was in one place and then it was in the other. Oh, Monroe. I mean, that's not even really Monroe. That's mostly just Red Dead's damn cougars being evil. We are on our way back. I was so worried because I am practicing for another character that I plan to stream from the very beginning this time, so I don't have the same issue with Skylar where it's like, ah shit, I want to stream, but oh no, we're dropping you in the middle of her story, and yeah. But for her voice is more in the chest, and she's also a lot more Cajun, more elongated vowels and things like that. So I was kind of thankful that I could jump back into Skylar and get back into her cadence again. Okay.
I didn't know it.
Alright, thank goodness.
Alright.
Really just knocked the wind out of me. I was trying to reminisce and go down some familiar paths. I saw it too. I shot it ahead of time and then it just disappeared into the bushes.
Yep, well,
It's fucking bullshit.
Just, yeah. I mean, that's part of memory lane, isn't it?
It is.
Cougar attacking. Let me make sure you don't need any sutures, okay?
Alright.
Don't mind the ugly gun on my back. It was a wedding present for me and Lloyd's wedding. From a bunch of doctors who think they're funny.
They were pretty funny.
They are very funny.
They were very funny. There's a whole little Breton gang. And we all rode Bretons there, and they were like, "Look what we got, Sawyer," because she can't shoot things.
They gave me the gun that has the most bullets. Alright, it doesn't look like any sutures needed. I'm just gonna put a little bandage on here, and you'll be good to go. I mean, you know how to take care of it. I have no doubt.
I should fucking hope so.
I do, yes. Old bastard. Did you manage to kill it, by the way, Ginger? Or was it
Yeah,
long gone?
Baba Yaga got him, but I put 2 in him for you.
Thank you.
Of course. Now, so I'm prowling over there watching this by the rocks, and so I got him with a long range arrow, and he started kind of running a little bit, and I blinked, and he was in one place, and I blinked, and he was in another, and I managed to get him with one more, and yeah, old Witch Queen got him.
Sorry. I thought I had shot it at least 3 times, but again, it disappeared into the bushes, and then next thing I knew,
he's
home.
a bunch of bullshit.
Yes. And the cougars in Monroe, they're always built a little bit different than what I remember from where I came from. They're evil here.
They're just so hungry all the time, despite the fact that we constantly deal with people getting eaten by them. Alright, I just put some surgical tape, so I figured since you're going home that, in case you wanted to, leave it open or anything like that. And I know if you have plans for packing things up. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Were we all headed out, or?
I was just in Blackwater. Just
I was playing blackjack in Blackwater. Can I give you a
Yeah.
lift somewhere?
Yes,
we
I was
can
gonna go back home.
yeah.
Okay, hop on. Back home in Blackwater or somewhere else?
Blackwater, please.
You got it.
I wanted to be adventurous and actually go out and reminisce, like I said, and then this happened. So I guess that's just my sign. I need to stay in Blackwater.
You do what you want.
Riders to the
T-Riders on the
left.
road if you want to cut in
Yeah.
a little bit.
Howdy, Monroe Medical.
Oh, we already got it.
Got it!
Okay.
Is that Alex, I think?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Skylar.
I'm okay.
Dear Lord.
Just
Glad you're
inconvenienced.
alright. Just inconvenient. What was it, Cougar?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Of course, yes.
You shot him.
Herschel.
You shot him?
But we shot him. Skylar shot him, then I shot him.
I did nothing.
It was a group effort.
As usual.
That's
Yeah.
probably for the best there, sorry.
Yeah. I had no
Now.
no help with the demise of any animals today, minus the wolf that went into Ginger's house.
What?
What the fuck was all of that?
I don't even see. Oh, there's a snake.
Okay. So, I'm about to shoot it. Jesus Christ.
Flower. And we left the front door open, and a wolf just moseyed on in, and
Wolf's
then
right
tried
into
to.
my fucking cabin, and I'm
Oh.
sitting there trying to. I pulled my hatchet, and I'm sitting there trying to make flour, and I still had all. Like, I was trying to drop all the stuff. I couldn't drop it fast enough to throw my goddamn hatchet. I eventually did it. Like, he jumped on my. Like, got a hold of my arm a few times, and I finally just reared back and thunked him on the noggin real good. But,
And I stabbed him several times with a knife.
yeah.
What? Okay, alright.
'Cause I was
Monroe
afraid if I
Medical,
tried to
everyone.
pull my gun out and shoot, I'd probably just shoot Ginger again.
There is a precedent for such things.
Don't put me in close quarters with a gun. I will shoot somebody.
Dear Lord.
Sorry. Rock.
What
You
side of
shot
Blackwater,
the
honey?
floor next to me that one time.
Just at the right by the bank is fine.
You got it.
I was drunk and high. Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a fair point.
Better the floor than you, Rat.
Absolutely. Thanks for not shooting me there,
You're
sir.
welcome. That's why I didn't aim my gun at you when everybody else was.
I mean, in Sawyer's defense, I was telling her where to shoot, and it was in my general direction, so.
True.
Dear
Oh, we don't need to defend my inability to shoot. I'm just bad at it. I know I am.
I mean, I don't think I hit that motherfucker either. I punched him a few times.
I did get him a couple times in the chest, though.
There you go, kid.
Thank you, Ginger.
Glad you're okay.
Yes. Thank you all. Calvary felt like
Of
it was
course.
coming in.
Yeah, of course. Only for you, Skylar.
Thank you,
No,
Alex.
I'm kidding. You be safe.
When the battle you're away, right away. Away.
Right, there's definitely not as many hitching posts.
No. I'll walk to the stables later. Oh, pardon me. Nope.
Girl, let me put my gun away. But see, I was right to be paranoid. I knew that motherfucker was lurking around. Well, I'll just go check telegrams and... Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to just be like power playing it and saying, oh, she's fine, because a cougar knocking you on your ass is gonna knock the wind out of you, and they've got real sharp claws. But as far as medical RP, like, that thing was shot like 2 or 3 times in that face. Like, it had to be hurting or waddling off somewhere. I wonder if Critter, Nikolai, or any of the other folks are around. We'll see. Oh god, it's dusty in town. Oh, hello. Oh shit. William.
Touche.
Is that? I don't think that's him. Nice stranger.
Hello. How are you?
Um, I'm all right. What is it you Stetson say? Right as rain.
Right as rain.
I haven't seen anyone else around recently.
No, I've been around for a bit. I saw Cooper and Silas, but that's about it.
Oh, shit. We were supposed to have a dinner with them somewhere in their new place down in Tumbleweed, I think.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
You want to talk in the kitchen, or?
Yes.
This is William. William. This man. This is so... So...
Got you a hot chocolate.
You know, I've never had hot chocolate before.
That's a lie.
It was
That's
a
the
lie
first
when
thing I gave you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I knew it.
It was a lie when you gave it to me back then, too.
To be fair, I think it was cold chocolate by that time because you kept disappearing.
As I did. I didn't expect anyone here to actually remember my name or actually care enough. I was waiting. I had to tell Santi all the time. I kept waiting for the day that the kindness would run out, that Vienna would chase me out with a broom like I was a stray cat.
No, I don't think that happened. So how are you?
I'm good. Not great. Not bad. Not awful. I just kind of am, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot's happened, obviously. I don't need to state the obvious, but to start from the laundry list of things that have happened, Felicity left a while ago. I'm not sure if she telegrammed you or not, but...
No, I didn't hear from her. That's too bad. Any reason? Just... I know she was trying to... I told you once that she came and told me she was leaving. This was a few months ago, and...
Yes.
So I feel like she was kind of on the edge to do so for a while.
Well, we had long talks. It wasn't super, hidden, I guess, that you two had gotten closer. And so for a time, you know, there was no real communication happening, and I didn't know what was being talked about, and when we tried to ask, she would push me away. When I thought she was hurting or struggling, she pushed me away. And so finally, we had a big old talk about everything, and she kind of revealed to Cass and I that she was struggling a lot with drugs, that she was unable to sleep without some sort of morphine or cocaine in her system. She was asking for our help, essentially. And of course, we're family. We said yes without hesitation. We went to the apartment, cleaned up all the needles, cleaned up everything. I had her throw it away in the river, and I thought everything was good, you know. I was excited to get her out of the house again, to go to the lavender fields, to reclaim that place. I'm sure she's told you that's where she and Frank met.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
We just wanted to have our friend back. It wasn't easy. Like, going through several months of every time I'd ask her, you know, are you doing okay, or what's going on, and maybe take a break from work. You're overworking yourself. She would just shut me out, slam a door in my face. So at the very least, when she had reached out for help finally and said what was really going on, I didn't want her to be abandoned, you know, but
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't enough, and I'm sure you're aware you've been quite the topic of contention, of confusion. And I think that after she came clean about her own drug use and her struggles and needing help, I guess she just wanted everything to be fixed immediately, not realizing how much work would go into that. And I think she just, she couldn't handle it. And I don't fault her for it, but
No.
That's all I know.
Yeah. No, Yeah, it was a privilege getting to know her better. But I could definitely see how, I don't know what the right word is. I think it's kind of like it's like the next level past right as rain, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Where you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, sort of thing.
That's really
If you
how I
cry too
felt.
much, yeah. Because I know, yeah, yeah. Well, I hope she cleaned up. Hope she's not doing any of that anymore. That's not good. And definitely when you're a doctor and you have access to it, that'd be very dangerous.
Yes. When I had her throw everything into the water, it wasn't necessarily because I thought she would be okay and clean and, just get over it. I just wanted it to be that first step. She's making it for herself, and she's surrounded by people that want her to be healthy, safe. But
Well, I remember one of our first talks, I brought up what's the first thing you do when you're lost. And it's just solely admit you're lost. And I think also then accountability, letting other people know you're lost, that's the big one. Because then you get held to the fire a little bit. But
yes. I don't falter for it. It's also just hard because we all struggle with that. I think all of us we're used to running off and doing our own thing and not believing that there's going to be someone waiting for us when we're ready to come home, I suppose. But what really became a point of contention with us, to be honest, me and Fel, she kept slightly revealing things about situations I knew nothing about. And I'll be blunt. It's regarding Willa, Jethro.
yeah.
She told me things that you had told her, information that I had no idea about, and suddenly it became questionable. I wondered if she was keeping more things from me, and she, I think, felt very upset at me not trusting her. But again, when you have the door shut in your face so many times, and now you're suddenly getting information that could have helped months earlier, of course I struggled to trust her.
Yeah.
But
I can see that. I can see both sides.
yeah.
I think at that time I was confiding on her, but it was also the more or less started every conversation with like, if I ever say don't say this to anybody, just walk away. Like if I'm telling you something, feel free to tell anybody, sort of thing. I know, yeah, I guess I always just assumed you and Cass and her were thick as thieves throughout it all, so
No.
yeah, it's wild what assuming gets you, huh?
What's the saying? Assuming makes an ass of you and me.
Yeah. It's been a ride lately, for sure. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry. I am though curious about at some point. I mean, I care and I don't care. Time is of the essence. I don't
Yes.
want to know about Willa and what you know. If there's time, I would. But to me, right now, that's not. It doesn't really matter to me.
It matters to me because I worry about you and Vienna. I worry about your safety. That's always been something I've been worried about. I don't know where to start as far as me, but for me, as I have all the time in the world. Santi and I are expecting another baby.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
To be
congratulations.
honest, thank you. It is a wonderful thing, but it's also a harboring and sobering thing. I can't do it again. Not here.
I don't blame you one bit for that.
We plan to go to Mexico for summer. I plan to come back. I want to be an independent doctor and check on our people. Make sure if any of y'all need anything, I'm a telegram away. But I don't know if... Well, that's not a problem for here now. But point is, we'll be gone for the summer. But It's just south of Monroe. It's not too far. I just know that I can't do the games. I can't do the politics. It wasn't fair to any of us. Santi keeps telling me, you can't let these people dictate our lives and how we enjoy ourselves and what we do. And that's not the point. I don't think Queenie and Howdy, I don't think the Lynch gang, the remnants of them, I don't think they rule my life or tell me what to do. My problem is that they took time from us. All of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can't deal with again. There's so much time to be made up for that I don't know if we'll ever get. So.
No. It's just one lesson that's the hardest lesson I've learned. Well, I've learned a lot of hard lessons the past few months, but again, it's going to come back to assuming you got it tomorrow, or assuming you get that next conversation, assuming a family will come back together, which is, it sounds like I live my life just basically, solely assuming, but I think those are the things out of everything in the world I felt safe assuming. The rest of it I'd fight, but I understand not wanting to be here. Especially after what's going on, that's not fair to the baby. And the stress you're gonna feel, or yeah, anyone.
Frequently. I don't care that they've served their time. I don't care if they're reformed and want to turn over a new leaf. It doesn't matter. They did that to my home. I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them. I don't care who they're friends with. And,
No, and that's disheartening, hearing who they're running around with in town.
yes.
To put it lightly, makes me question, I don't know. Do people understand what loyalty is? Are people so short-sighted? I don't know. There's forgiveness for some things, but there's also some things you don't forget.
It's unforgivable.
And you don't forgive. Yeah, I agree.
I talked to Jess about it, too. I got her insights as someone who, had a gang for a while and led things. How do you separate it? How do you separate what's just business? How do you know who to trust? How do you, file everything away in your head? And she pointed out that some gangs, they're just taking orders, and if they don't take orders, they get killed, tortured themselves. And so I try to have compassion. I really have. But I can't for them. I don't think I'm at that level of compassionate awareness or forgiving, and I never will be, I don't think.
I don't ever want you to be. Yeah. Unless they came walking, crawling to you, begging forgiveness 500 days in a row, then maybe entertain it, but
they wouldn't. They're smug.
I don't care if you're taking orders. You still, there's moments you just don't. Yeah, it's inexcusable. I don't care. Howdy and Queenie aren't running with that gang anymore. I don't care if they spent time getting reformed. It don't matter. There's
consequences to your actions.
And there's a large scar on this family because of them.
Yes.
So, Maddox and Leo and Conrad and I don't remember Madeline, Mads, whatever.
That's what I wanted to tell you too. I don't know what you thought at the time, and I don't fault you for however you thought, because from an outside perspective, I could see how incriminating or scary it could be to see two of your best friends potentially speaking to someone who, well, for lack of a better word or phrase, wants you dead. It had to be terrifying from an outside perspective, and you were walking on glass. But at the time, when the house burned down, Willa and her people came up to us like angels appearing from heaven. It felt like for the first time in months, the entire pregnancy, there was a sigh of relief. She offered to buy the house with no strings attached. She said one of her boys, or a few of them, were interested in having a home in Blackwater, and so I took the bait. I felt stupid and played, but I took the bait. And shortly after, not even shortly after, I think a day after, Conrad was at the telegram station, and he just offhandedly mentioned that he and Madeline were looking to sell their place. I knew it was in Blackwater. I'd visited it before. So I jumped at it, and looking back now, I don't want to sit here and assume, right? Make an ass of myself, but doesn't it seem a bit too perfect?
Mm-hmm.
How it all lined up, how they just...
No, it's... I think I definitely feel played as well. I underestimated them.
Willa, again, she told me a bit about her history. And told me how she was also pregnant with twins when she was fighting in a big war down in Armadillo. She offhandedly mentioned how they once ran Armadillo, and at the time, because I had seen them as angels coming to help us, I didn't question it. I just thought, oh wow, she understands what it feels to be pressured and targeted while you're vulnerable, carrying life. And maybe naively so, I've never had a mother, or a mother figure, and I just wanted that. Maybe selfishly. But
yeah,
it makes sense, doesn't it? She told us, she gave us her hand, and said, we once ran an entire empire, and then casually bought a property on the outskirts of Blackwater just across from the blacksmith that they own.
Yeah.
And suddenly it all makes sense. They wanted an empire here too, and it's working.
It's... yeah. I know how convincing they can be. Probably more than most. You know, that was after the Jed Heath situation and extortion. I went out of my way to try and build a community here. Which the more and more I met people in Blackwater, that community all kind of came back to Willa. But at the time, you know, I was talking with her in the kitchen every other day, sharing information and everything, you know, for a long time. And I felt like all of a sudden I had people here, or at least across the street, that could be here when we couldn't. And I sat down with Jethro. He explained what they did and what they do, and I told him that no one here is gonna ride out to do petty crime, and that we sort of draw the line at, you know, don't mess with the working people. They have it hard enough as it is. There's no problem there. It seemed fine. But yeah, they were, I think especially at that time, the saloon and the influence we had definitely rivaled theirs, if not was more. Obviously dynamics have changed, and I don't think that they know quite what we know about how they have been playing us. I'm not sure. I don't know anything when it comes to that situation, short of I know a lot about their business, and I've heard from Vienna, Jethro coming over here asking very direct questions. Yeah, I mean, Danny, the blacksmith, came and told Vienna, why do you got Will around? What are you doing? It was one thing after another with them. And yeah, now here we are. I don't even know. I hear different things as far as I know too much. I'm a liability. They don't want me around. I don't know.
Vienna's told me there's things that she's, made me swear to the grave too, so I won't say anything about that, but I also wonder if, like me, they've tried to sink their teeth into her and get that close relationship so they can get their foot back in the door at the Atlas, and the one thing preventing them is you, because you've seen through a lot of their antics early on.
Yeah. And too early. Yeah, and I wasn't aware of this empire Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have mouthed off. Well, you you draw lines at them wanting to hurt your own. So I don't regret anything. I regret... No. If you can't live this life with a little bit of faith,
It's
you know,
miserable life.
yeah, it's fucking miserable anyway, but it'll be even more miserable. So I hoped that was the start of something really good. So when I found out you two went to them, I knew it was you guys were like wrapped in a ribbon Christmas present for them.
Yes. I'll tell you too,
And
if you want to know more about that.
I would.
They tried to get Santi to, well, they didn't really try, but they asked him, sort of hounded him on the badge. And Santi just explained he wants to be the change he wants to see. It doesn't change the fact that he knows where he came from. He doesn't, reject the fact that he was once doing criminal things too. And they knew nothing about me other than I was just his docile, soft-spoken wife that was devastated by the house being burned down. And they dug into it. And so they never really wanted us for anything. I think they just wanted us away from you.
Yeah.
But beyond
Just...
that, I also found out that they do need doctors.
I imagine.
I
I
operated
imagine.
on multiple of their boys for several hours. Followed up with them, made sure they were okay. And I was even willing to not put it on the records for them if they needed it. I knew, and the reason why I was not content, but at least felt somewhat safe in their little circle for a while, was because I knew they wouldn't ask Santi to ride out with them. They wouldn't make him do anything criminal because it would look bad on them. And then once I found out that they also had use for me, I knew they wouldn't do anything to harm me. And so I played along for a bit. Willa has repeatedly asked me to meet, to discuss private matters, but then she never shows. Santi, he's had Jethro reach out, ask for his telegram and want to talk, and they never follow up. They've wanted to have a dinner with us for months now. It's not happened. I think they're playing a bit of a game to see how long they can keep us on the hook, to see how interested we are in what they have to offer, perhaps. But those are all theories and assumptions. My point is that I've gotten to sort of see the cracks. I've gotten to see the fact that they also now owe me favors.
Yeah. That's how it works. Until they decide it isn't, because they have a lot of, I don't know how many fucking family members they have and connections, and
That's what the Lynch gang did, didn't they? They told you one thing and then asked for another. And suddenly
Yeah.
the game wasn't a game. It was, you're just stuck in their sandbox.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're just a toy until you are replaceable, which, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I fit in on that board as far as, yeah. I know Vienna and Santiago and I were once invited to dinner and they went. I remember I rode out to their place because I was going to go. I was a little late. I was like, I'm going to show up anyway. Because they have that cabin a ways up north of Valentine. It was like every inch I got closer, just something in me didn't feel right. I ended up turning around and coming back here. Makes you wonder. Because that was before I kind of really knew. I mean, I was starting to see cracks, but I mean, we all were human. But I was, like I said, I underestimated them. They've been playing the long game.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if them putting distance between you and Santiago and them is just another way for them to get more information, because they might assume you might float around this orbit more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, hell, when you were gone for a while, I mean, I still came around the saloon, even though I was determined not to. I thought I was breaking everything and making things worse by being here. I thought Santi's presence also was making things harder on everyone because of him being law. It just. Even with all of that, even with all the tension, I still found myself here. It's like being in orbit. You just tend to gravitate back to what's familiar. And
Yeah.
regardless, we would have talked eventually. I think she either sees that or she's testing us. It's like I said, I think giving us breadcrumbs and seeing what we do with it has been their game recently.
Yeah. There was another time I was leaving Blackwater. I had my little mining outfit on. Because I was going to go mine, actually. And I got stopped by 6 people right outside Blackwater. And they started asking me questions about Jethro, everything. They were all masked up. They asked me to ride into town and see who was around. Which I did. Came back, there was no one around, it was early. Then I thought on that for a while. Because on one hand I was like, well, if these people are actually trying to do something to them, there might be a use. But then all of a sudden I just got this, it's like a light bulb went off. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was Jethro and his boys who stopped me. Because the next day I went and talked to him and I told him. And then I sent a telegram to the people that, wanted information on Jethro because I was going to set something up. And this was long after our fallout, the whole Delmar situation, so.
Right.
So it was, yeah, I bet that was another test. If I would have sent that telegram instead of going to them with that information, that would have probably been a very bad day for me.
They did
So
something
I think,
similar to me recently, by the way.
really?
And I didn't really think much of it until you said that. It was the exact scenario. There were 2 fellas that just came by the medical office while I was working, and I didn't think anything of it, just assumed they were needing help or directions, and they specifically asked about Jethro. They asked specifically about him and what he was doing. They said that they used to do business together. And generally speaking, when people ask for anyone in that group, they ask for Willa.
Right.
I thought it odd that they asked specifically for him, especially knowing what he does, and so I gave them very vague answers saying that, I think they live around Blackwater, but I can't be sure. I know Miss Willa owns the shop, and I know she's married to Jethro, but that's all I know. I never really see them. After that, I went to the telegram station to tell Willa, and truth be told, it wasn't out of the kindness of my heart, it's because part of me knew it was odd, and I knew that it would look bad on me if I didn't say anything. So I told her, and she said, no, those are old friends, thank you for telling me. But just little things like that.
No, and that's where I think they're playing chess and we're so far behind. Didn't think like they were. That's a wonderful tactic. That's a great way to weed someone out really quickly.
Yes.
And also justify whatever you're planning on doing to that person. Yeah, I don't know what to do when it comes to them. I've been watching them, doing my best to get information, doing my best to think of ways to weaponize what I do know.
I think that's why they can't stand you.
Yeah, and I want, if I can just be a rock in their fucking shoes each day, I will. That's all I can do, but,
Do you know if you're
Danny.
in imminent danger right now, by the way? I just need to know that.
I don't know. I hear one thing, then I hear the other. So I'm gonna assume yes. Even if that makes me an ass, but I don't want to. I don't know. And then the last couple days, I'm also kind of tired of running.
Yeah.
And this is my home, so I think I'm gonna find out real quick this week, probably. But yeah. Go ahead.
I bring that up and I ask because that was the main concern, but also because the main reason I was not really playing the game, but more or less just scoping it out, being useful to them where I could, offering little things here and there, keeping track, keeping score, is because if we inevitably had that dinner, if Willow truly wanted to have a private conversation about private matters, I mean, I talked to Santi about it and I even said she probably just wants me to remove sutures or do some sort of little medical procedure and not put it on the books. But I'm tired of running too. I'm tired of not knowing just what's your play. And I wanted to have a heart to heart with her. And by heart to heart, I mean I wanted to tell her that I saw someone maternal, motherly in her, that I look up to her. Really, tug on the heartstrings, perhaps the way she tugged on mine. And whenever we got to some conclusion, if it came to it, I would have bargained for you. I would have made it clear that I would be happy to do private doctor work for them so long as you're never on the block. You're non-negotiable. Whatever they want with you, they need to stop it. That was my angle. You and Vienna in the saloon. It's not negotiable. They want a private doctor. They can't do that.
Yeah. No, I never for a second thought. Well, no, well, I never for a second thought you confiding in them or taking the help was a slight to me directly at all. I think, hell, if I was in your shoes and I knew what you knew, I'd have done the same. You've been in survival mode over everything.
I think we all have.
So I don't, I don't, thank you. And, no, thank you. But I also knew that in my heart. And I think that's just where it's really baffling to me how some people view loyalty or just view family. We could never talk again, and every time we do talk could be throwing bottles and yelling, but I'd be the first person to defend you. I'd be the first person to prevent anything from happening, and that's the truth about family, too. There's going to be fallouts. Some of them are going to leave scars for the rest of your life, and it won't ever be the same. And that's fine, but love can't overcome that, and
We're still living.
we're still living. And I knew it was it was hard because it was just the best thing that could have happened to Willa and Jethro.
Yes, exactly.
And I think in the given everything else at the time, it was just like, I don't know even where to begin now when it comes to a conversation.
Exactly. It's so frustrating because for me, it's all the first time I'm experiencing family dynamics. People that would seek to tear it down for their own benefit. It made no sense to me at the time, and I trusted a bit blindly because of everything happening. I just wanted to believe there was still good in the world. But I don't know, it struck me whenever we were talking, but again, because I was so elated to have help, I just ignored it. But whenever they had mentioned, they said, well, if you're so frustrated with Will, then why keep him around? They asked us that day. Santi and I both said because he's family. They did not seem happy by that answer.
Mm-mm. What else, if anything, that pertained to me that they might have said?
Willa just said, she said, watch who comes around and checks on you, which is the funniest thing because, well, yes, you were out for a while, but from what I understand, you feared for your life. But the second you were back in town, you did check in with us, and when it comes to the favors with Willa, well, I've been the one checking in with them.
Yeah.
I'm the one that followed up after the 2-hour surgery. I was the one that noticed that there was a big old shootout at the music shop a while back and check to see if Willow was okay, because one of my colleagues told me that she had been shot. I was the one that reached out. I was the one that asked how her son was settling into the house that I sold them. It was me. And so I don't know if she intended it, but she kind of proved her own point. Watch who comes around and checks in on you. You'll notice patterns.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's true, though. It's just... I feel like such a fool. For
There's
just...
two of us, don't worry.
Yeah. And I think we're both the same way, because we can play chess. We've been doing that our whole lives. Playing chess and making sure the other person doesn't even know it. And to have that done to you is humiliating.
That also
Which...
perhaps is the fact that our family made us feel like we could relax and not have to play chess. That's the hard part. It's like I keep having to choose between the gun or picking up my daughter, having to read a bedtime story to her or take notes on who the hell is messing with us. It's just, I hate having to choose between those things. I've fought, and like you said, we've done it our whole lives, having to assess and make sure that we understand what stakes are there for our survival, and it's exhausting to feel like you have to do that in your own hometown.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the infighting.
Yes.
Fractures there on top of all that was just... I do think the Willow situation and all that would or could have been the unifying thing.
I agree.
I think your position with them, I've always thought that you're probably the other side of the coin to me. And you frighten me, because I know how capable you are at playing that game. And it's one of those things, you know, it's like you can see it. You can see it on others if it's something that you are kind of aware of, you know? And yeah, just like you said earlier, Willa thinks you're this doe-eyed wife. And no. I mean, yes, you're a wife, but just sort of the same way I can use aloof to my favor and whatnot. It's all calculated and everything is thought out. So that's where, yeah, you could have been we could have been terrifying enemies. That'd have been exhausting, though. I'd never slept again.
No.
Which I should probably write Fel and tell her if she wants to sleep, she shouldn't do fucking cocaine. Just
I
kidding.
don't know. She was doing morphine drips and straight into her arm in an IV bag.
Alright, well, that should have done it. But anyway, back, yeah, it's... I don't know. I think there's... I don't know. You guys are taking off down south. And I'm happy.
Anything, to be honest, I think that might actually be helpful too. Because if y'all ever need anything or an informant, I'm just not very far away. I can just show up. I have no attachments anymore, really, except for you all. And there's something empowering about that. To go back to what I wanted. Focus on my family. Focus on all of you. And to hell with all of them. If y'all need me to play the game, I can. And then, just as quickly as it started, we could all escape down south if we need to, if things get bad.
Yeah. You know, good thing nothing goes bad in Monroe, so...
You know something interesting? Whenever recently I was talking to Junior Jess, we started getting a little closer because I pointed out the fact that, hey, if we want to ever start fixing things, we actually got to communicate. And so we all started talking a bit more. And
Good.
Junior and Jess seemed shocked at learning a bit more about me. It's just like most people assume. They don't realize that I hear everything. But not only that, I process everything. And not only that, there's a reason why you and I work together so well.
100%. I was, yeah. Because I knew if you were in any room, You'd pick up on the dynamics. You'd understand. You wouldn't just think kindness is kindness. All those things. And yeah, both my brother and the Jess talked to me and spoke very highly after you opened up.
I will say, though, too, and just while it's fresh in my mind, it doesn't matter to me that we were all in survival mode, or, whether or not you truly did think that there was like betrayal between Santi and I and you. What I care about is that you do know that I am sorry. Everything you said on the docks that day, no, it's important to me that you hear it. It's just, you spoke from a place of pain. Even if the words didn't match everything, it was still pain. And I do care about that, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's so much I wish I could have done different. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for... falling apart when I shouldn't have. I'm sorry for... letting... I felt betrayed. And at that time, I think I felt like it was... That's kind of what I meant, where I'm like, if there was one person that would be smart enough to hurt me that way, it would be you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, I think that you would, but I'm just saying that I know what you're capable of because we've been working together for a while, and I really wanted to continue that, but on a bigger level. Because I knew what you could do.
I mean, be generous to yourself, Will. I mean, I did hurt your feelings. I did hurt you. And the reality is that put aside the politics, put aside the business part of things, fact is, the people that you care about most, the people that you trust the most, they're the ones most capable of hurting you. They know what hurts you.
And they have the tools to do so. Just like when I said, thank God we never did work together. That was just out of spite. I knew that would hurt. I didn't believe that for a minute.
I know.
There's too many emotions, and at the time I was...
Fearing for your life? Because I do
feel fearing for my life, and I also, I was getting information. I have a couple people in Willa's group.
Sorry for cracking.
Now I'm well aware they might be playing me as much as I think I'm playing them.
Yes, Vienna brought that up too, saying that she's close to several of Willa's group, and she thought she and Willow were close, but now she has no idea who to trust. So it's a shared sentiment.
Yeah, and it's disheartening because she was there when it all happened during the Delmar situation, and she was still very keen on them. Seems like anymore when I come to her with any sort of a concern for my life, it's a little bit shrugged off.
Which is interesting, because whenever I hear her talk about you, it's the opposite. She seems overly concerned with making sure that you're safe. It's... Here we go again, right? With us not communicating, but...
Yeah, I think I've also learned, too, is how she talks. She knows if she says certain things, then I'm just going to turn into some sort of rabid dog if she's harmed or act... I don't know. So I think maybe her saying those things are trying to lessen, maybe not make it into such a big deal, but apparently, when she says she's concerned to others, it's... Yeah. We're fine, but one of the last times I talked to her a couple weeks ago, when she got hit, someone hit her. She wouldn't tell me who. And she was just like, because you're, fuck, I should remember it because it hurt, but it was more or less I do things without thinking, which is just, yeah. You know as well as I do. It's like if I were to say, Skylar, you do things without thinking. It's like, well, if that's the case, it's because I made you think that.
Right.
And I think that's just my aloofness, which is just it's just a tool.
I'm not sure if it will make you feel any better, but she did the same thing to Santi too. He was a bit hurt by it because, as well as I do, that the badge and law. He wants so badly to help, to do things that can benefit us, to make sure we're safe. But it often bites him in the ass, whether it's his own department or it's the people in this town. But when he found out that she was actually shaken up by this, he put all his time and effort into trying to find the group that did it, trying to figure out any sort of lead, and she only gave him very minimal information, and he worked with it, and told Junior about it, mentioned whichever group it could have been that maybe in the past y'all had a past with them. He was trying just to figure it out, get her shit back, but also to... he wouldn't admit this, I don't think. I don't know where his head's at. He's not doing well. But anyway, he told Junior and Jess that night, with me there too, that he was ready to throw the badge down and go after that gang if he could confirm it was them for hurting Vienna. And I think the next day or so, Vienna told him, no, it's fine, I took care of it. I took care of it. Law took too long. And of course...
Really?
Yes, and of course, you know, I understand law doesn't do their job all the time, most of the time, but it's Santi, he's trying. He cares about you. This is the one thing he can do with law, to make sure that you get your shit back and we also figure out who the hell would do this to you. She was so shaken up. She was visibly upset. And you know how she is. She doesn't show that side of her often, so when she does, it's concerning for those that love her. So, I guess just... Santi has been ready to leave. The badge, everything. And finally having a way to say, this is the one thing I can do to help my sister. I need her to be safe. And then being told, you took too long, I took care of it myself, never mind. It didn't sit well with him, and so again, I don't know if that helps at all. It shouldn't help, it just kind of reaffirms what you're saying. It's the fact that both of you do things out of care. You do think things through, but perhaps when it comes to loving someone and they're hurt, well shit, I'm not gonna pull back punches either. I'm gonna beat the shit out of them, you know?
Yeah. That's how that story ended, was she met up with him and found out it was not personal in the slightest. That they were just trying to get Law's attention. Which in a way, I think that hurt her more than anything. So you're gonna fuck with somebody or do something, and you're just doing it to get someone else's attention. That doesn't feel good. That makes you feel very small.
Yeah, it does.
I know, she's...
If you're aloof, what is she? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think what she is she's so direct and comes off as so overconfident, or very confident, when she doesn't have the ability to say no. So I think she pushes you so that question never comes up. She's never put in a situation to say no.
And I think that she cares deep. Well, I don't think she does care deeply about everyone and people's emotions and trying to be fair to everyone. And I think that it directly contrasts that very direct personality, and so it conflicts at times. She wants to be fair, she wants to be compassionate, but she doesn't always have the words for it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's in a tough situation too, as far as... Yeah, I don't know. That's why for so long I wanted to be the kind of the wall between her and then all the bullshit we have to deal with, just because jeopardize her business, or now she's mayor. I mean, I'm sure that you probably can't go shoot people when you're mayor, but...
It's a lot. Last we spoke, we had a long conversation, and she kind of said the same sentiments with that she appreciates that Santi's so willing to go to bat for her, but that it's dangerous sometimes, that there's so many players and unknown factors, and people talk to people and things slip, and she doesn't want anyone to get hurt. And so it's just, once again, every single one of us seems so caught up and scared to exist. We have to walk on eggshells constantly, and that's why I want to leave, because I don't think I can help as much as I want to here, especially if I'm pregnant again, and I'm just a target, and I'm tired of being a target.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna leave quite a hole here when you're gone. I know you'll swing back by when needed, but yeah, it breaks my heart to see you go, but I do understand why. I do.
Yeah, I
Especially being pregnant.
Yes, it's
I'm-
yeah. Monroe is not a place for children or pregnant women.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a place for anybody.
I agree. I mean, I spoke to a few people already. Dr. Sawyer. I'm not sure if you know of her, but she was going to be Santi's new therapist, and then she had to leave for a while and came back, and a whole thing. But her first husband, he was killed. He was a deputy. And she said the same thing when I told her that we planned to leave. She was relieved and she cried, and she said that she saw the light leaving her husband's eyes. The work drained him. He couldn't do anything to substantially change things, and all he was getting was bullets in the back. And he never got to see their children grow up. And so she told me, she said, grab his hand and run while you can. Monroe will always be here, it'll always be on fire. But your spouse, your children, you never know when they're not going to be there.
Was that who you were talking to earlier? Across the street?
You were there?
Yeah, I thought it was you, but...
We were at the medical office.
Yeah. She came in afterwards, bought a bottle of whiskey to try and relax at night. Was she the one, she's kind of little, fidgety, maybe? Her voice is a little...
She has spectacles and a little hat.
Yeah. A long braid. Okay, yeah.
She's an excellent doctor. She trained me in psychiatry. She's just lost her first husband, has children that didn't get to see their father growing up. I guess it's just, I've been saying this over and over because it's true for me. I don't want to say goodbye. I think it's just a good night. It's a temporary pause. We need a break to breathe, get away from it all. Because Santi's fed up of it too. He keeps getting baited in by Jethro. He keeps getting invitations to the dinner, and then nothing happens. He wanted to talk to, Junior and Jess said they'd be around a bit more, and then things happened and they couldn't be around, so there are some days recently that Santi's woken up and just didn't want to work, didn't want to go on duty, and he just wanted to talk to everyone, and then no one's here. So he's just...
Yeah.
He's kind of... A lot of his
That would be
nights
frustrating. But that's kind of how we felt, because he was always on duty for so long, and we could never get him to slow down or talk. Yeah. What was his angle? And he just wanted to talk with Jethro? Why would it upset him that they, I guess stood him up?
More or less, it's just because I think he just wanted answers. Because you were gone for a while, and we weren't getting answers from you, from Felicity, from anyone. And Vienna wouldn't talk to him even about a direct crime that was committed against her when he could, or he wanted to help. He's felt like there's just been walls around him everywhere he looks. And so he's just kind of, I think Jethro reaching out that one time, he said, well, thank God someone will tell me something. Never happened, of course. That's why he's locked in the house packing and just keeping Aurora company while she toddles around and tries her best at walking and falling.
Yeah, I don't think the information they'd give would be, yeah.
Well, I mean...
He should know. He should know that, too. But he said he's struggling, and that's a lot. Why? Just no one around, law, wall, yeah.
I'm curious, though, because when we spoke with Junior and Jess, and he had brought up... Because we've been telling Junior and Jess anytime that Jethro and Willow reach out to us, just to keep everyone on the same page, at least while you were not around. We wanted someone to know. Not she. Basically, Santi wanted to understand what they wanted from you. Because he could understand with the Delmar situation, right? It was a rift, and you had opposed Willa, and so of course she probably hates you for that. But he didn't understand why it was you that they were after. And so despite the fact that there was still anger and frustration, it always seemed to come back to, is Will okay? Is he safe? What is happening? Why does Willa hate you so much?
Yeah.
I think we all just wanted answers, and I love him with everything in me, but as you know, sometimes he doesn't always fully process things for a bit. He might have heard the things back when you, Willa, and the Atlas were closer, but perhaps he hasn't fully processed the things that they know, the things they do. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know. I've never met anyone with a better heart than him. So, being able to lean back and know that sometimes if the intentions get skewed, you know what the intention really is. Or I guess that if it looks like, yeah, as Noe means well. I
It's
think.
been about family, yes. He's just. The day I realized it, by the way, I didn't need Felicity, I didn't need you, no offense. I still pieced it together myself, that you were in danger, that you were being targeted. No one had to tell me. I figured it out. The day that I told Santi, I wish you could have seen his face. I heard him. It just all clicked in place. It fell beautifully. I told him, I said, who in the world knows anything about our housing issue or the fact that, you and Will haven't talked, there's tension. Who knows that we've been frustrated, felt isolated? The only person I talked to is Felicity, and she swore up and down she never said anything. And then I told him they were there that day. It was Willa, it was all her people. Of course they'd know, they'd listen, they're waiting, feigning for information to prove that our little family is falling apart, because then they can get something out of it. I didn't know anything about wanting the saloon, I didn't know much about the whole empire thing and connected that dot, but I figured it out. They have been planning this, and so once I told Santi, it all clicked. I say this to say that, yes, he has a wonderful heart. It's what I fell in love with. But sometimes I think he needs that placed in front of him, that little puzzle piece put in place to see the bigger picture, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I think he was so desperate for Jethro to say something. He just wanted that last puzzle piece.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked they didn't take Santiago up on that. Just solely because of the chess game they're playing. I think that. I don't know how I'm going to handle that situation with them.
Yeah, I think that, if anything, we've proven that we value family over petty little favors here and there. Yes, you bought my house, but the truth of the matter is, if I had known that they'd been saying those things to you behind everyone's backs and threatening you, it never would have been a question. They never would have gotten my house. It never would have been a debate. I would have told them thank you, but I can handle it. I'll figure it out. We'll always figure it out. Hell, we'll sleep in the Atlas again if we have to, like old times. We've done it before, we'll do it again. But
yeah,
I didn't know.
No, and then finding out Danny he sells fire bottles.
Does he now?
Mm-hmm. And has for a while. Please keep that one close, because that's something I can do.
Yes. Never spoken to the fella ever, so.
Oh, yeah, he's not a fan of me. Well, I don't think any of them are really a fan of me. But the more I know about him, the more I think that's probably a good thing. Well, not for my longevity necessarily, but I wouldn't want to be in good graces with people like that.
Right. Well, I know you keep asking, or rather musing, what are you gonna do now? Well, if I'm gonna be detached from everything, I don't mind still being that person. If you need someone to organize your thoughts with, figure out a game plan. I may not be always around Monroe anymore, but my plan is, at least while I'm still semi-mobile, is to visit at least once a week, get my bearings, because I'll be back and forth, moving things out. But I also have patients that need me here, so I'll still be visiting to do some follow-up appointments. I also have psychiatry appointments, because I'm a therapist now.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll be here, but I won't be here enough for them to harm me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and maybe that distance will be able to give you kind of the opportunity to give me good advice on. So yeah, let's try and have a routine meeting then, you and I.
Yes.
And I'll write down thoughts and stuff, and you can tell me if they're stupid or not.
And I think it benefits because, I know the inner workings of Blackwater. Everyone in this town has shown me their ugly sides.
Yeah. Yeah, yet we can still be surprised.
Exactly. So, I won't be here, but I know how it all works. So I can at least help in that regard.
A soundboard of something. I mean, that's the thing is, I really don't. You're the only person I really trust to run ideas by. Just because I think you're not short-sighted. I don't think you always view it as things take time, and if you're going to do it right, it should take time.
Yes. And so long as it involves you and Vienna and now Toby and anyone who walks through those saloon doors, it does concern me. Because, well, the fact is, this is my first home. And they took away my first purchased home. I'm not going to sit by idly if they want to take my other one away from me, you know?
Yeah, which I don't know how they're doing. Well, I guess there's just so many of them. I don't know. It's concerning right now. It is very much. Do you know if Tucker is involved with them at all?
I don't. It's been something I've been debating. We've always known that Tucker's had his hand in illegal firearms and all sorts of, interesting business folk. And from what I understand, his current employees, some of them are questionable at best and very morally corrupt at worst. But he works with them, and someone you might be able to ask maybe down the road, if the opportunity is there, is perhaps Simon.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He sees and hears a lot more than we do because he works with them.
Because I've been thinking about that a lot, as far as, because I like Tucker and he's been here for us, but now that he's kind of in the business side of things here, he's going to be brushing shoulders with them more. I know he makes them a lot. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. That's why. That's probably why I could never really run a business, is I would just not ever make money. I would not serve these people.
Honestly, though, it's warranted considering everything they've done. But I don't know. I think you were still out and about and hiding in a mine somewhere, probably. But Tucker got shot pretty badly a while ago. I'm not sure if you heard about it.
Yeah, was that where Vienna helped in the moment, and then you had to piece together his spine or something?
It was a whole ordeal. Vienna, bless her heart, she had injected blood into his spinal column, and it got infected. And so I hadn't caught it the day after. No, it was wonderful. I woke up to that, and I was like, "Oh, good morning, Vienna." And oh God, okay, he's unconscious, and he's got infected blood in his system underneath his skin, and it's sutured inside of him. So we have to. It was a whole thing.
Jesus.
But we operated on him, and he's good. But it was odd because for a while, you know, we were seeing each other every single day, checking in, making sure he was fine. He went back to work, started his business again, and we remained cordial and normal, but he's felt distant from me lately, and someone else who's felt distant from me lately is Sully, and I'm not oblivious to the fact that Sully definitely does business with them.
Yeah. Yeah, him for a while. I like Sully, but I've had to... He's one person that whatever he says, I'm paying attention because I feel like he's trying to get information. Potentially.
He came to the saloon for Toby's birthday, remember?
Yep.
He did not want to stay there. He did not want to be there. He was very blatant about the fact that he was just there to give Toby a gift and left.
Yeah, which, if we're being smart, that says about everything.
Yes. It's those little things I notice. The fact that Tucker hasn't come around as much. The fact that Leo and Maddox haven't come around as much.
Mm-hmm.
I notice. And then Sully, too. I used to greet him every single day, and you don't even know if he's fully remembered my name, but we always were cordial and friendly. I always chalked it up to maybe he's just busy because he has twin children to take care of, but no, there's intention behind these things. There's movement, there's reasons. And I think that's also why I'm just done with it. Let me be an eye from the distance. Let me help you puppeteer these things. But I'm tired of getting my strings tied, you know?
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that. And I appreciate you still willing to help. Because that's kind of... Yeah. I think I need to be around. Just solely maybe to fucking make him wonder why I'm around. I don't know. I don't know yet. Because half of me is just, I don't even... It's like I want to not care, but can you afford to not care? I don't know.
That's how it feels. So long as you're part of the town, you're part of the community, you have to care. It's like, you know, I missed Maddox and Leo's wedding yesterday. When I told them I'd go, I was excited to go, but how the hell am I supposed to go to a wedding when I can guarantee that those two are going to be there?
Yeah, no.
I'm not about to make their big day about me. I'm not about to have a panic attack in front of them and be upset. It's not fair to them, but anyway, it's just...
No, I am 100% with you there.
Yes, it's just you have no choice but to interact with it so long as you're part of it. That's why I removed myself. But when it comes to the saloon, it's the most odd thing to me because when I first met everyone, you were the face of the saloon. You were the person that made the connections, talk to everyone. I mean, hell, you're the reason I'm still here. And so...
Sorry.
No, it's... I always have been telling Santi, it's not any of us that failed each other. It's... The state isn't what it promised itself to be. That's all. But I don't understand because you've always been welcoming, accommodating, someone who acts as that face whenever you first walk into the saloon. I don't understand the malice towards you. I think the truth is that they hate the fact that you have information on them.
Yeah, and I do, and I can influence situations. Yeah, I think that's... Hopefully that's it. I mean, I have a wretched personality, but I don't let them see it all that.
Well...
But no, I do. I really feel like that's kind of why I want to be back. Even if it's just to be like, what the fuck? But... And Queenie and Howdy. Once you're done, you're no longer every single doctor you can be. Well, that's not the right word. Every practice. Yeah, we should kill him. We shoot him. And then fuck off.
I don't even need that to do that. I just have to be an independent doctor, private practice. I get my license revoked. I can just be a criminal doctor. Be real scandalous.
Oh, it'd be so great if I found him injured and I brought him to you.
Oh, I've thought about it. Trust me. It's some things that soothe me to sleep at night some days, imagining that. Which is foul. I'll repent for it whenever I face the devil. But
yeah, I'll be there too, because that's sadly what gets me to sleep as well.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm tired of thinking. Speaking of thinking, have you thought more about what's going on with you and Miss Nettie?
Oh.
Are you happy? Is everything okay?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
But let me give you a little Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna poke you. That sounded really wrong. I'm gonna fucking shut up.
I kind of want to have her eat real quick. Hold on, because we are getting fungo. Do you perhaps need me to reach out to you?
How so? No,
Oh, I
look.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, it's something that I'm reading.
So yeah, we're probably gonna get married next week.
Oh my. Hmm.
And that was 2 days ago.
My goodness. I would say you really know how to pick them, but I don't think
Mm,
you've been picking very much lately. I
mm,
think they just sort of um arrive.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know, really.
Oh, storm. I completely forgot about the storm. 1 second, fellas. We will be right back to our regularly scheduled broadcast in a moment. That's a lot to process. Holy shit. Oh, Will and Skylar. They're so, like. They're so. What do you call it? Like, that's her brother. Just like for Santi, that's his brother. Like, they'll fuck around and be. Like, they'll step on toes and hurt each other's feelings, but that's family in the end. And I think this whole ordeal is just showing Skylar that over and over again that family's complicated, you know? You're going to make mistakes, but you don't want to see your family, killed or hurt or just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. All right, 1 second. Let me get a drink real quick, guys. Alrighty, guys, let's get back into it. Oh god, it's raining in here. Let me leave and come back. And while we're waiting for William to spawn back in, we will just have a soup. I was gonna be like, am I listening to Amazing Grace? What the hell? Who put this here? And then I remembered it was me because of Skylar's background of being a nun, but also because Amazing Grace is a banger, especially the acoustic versions. Wait, what part of the song? Okay, I was in the right part of the song. Awesome. Let's see. My god. But yeah, this conversation with Will has had to happen for so long, and I have the clip, and I might, again, eventually, when I have the spoons for it, I will try to trim down all the VODs that I have since fucking last December of Skylar's story to really get a timeline of everything so you can see that progression. If you want to watch her story from the start, how lonely and isolating it was to being surrounded by a family that she kind of found on her own, and they grew together, they fought, they bickered, they also fought together to defend the saloon for like various, or not for, but through various occasions and through different gangs and things like that. Like, they've been through the ringer together, through hell and back together. So I'll try to get that eventually posted to my YouTube channel. But a recent clip, or recent session rather, when Will first came back to Blackwater, it was so freaking tense. Like, you gotta remember, the last encounter that Sky and Will had was him kind of yelling in her face at the docks, and everything was going to shit, and he thought that she and Santi were working with Willa to get him killed, and they had no idea about that. It was just a clusterfuck of emotions, and like they just discussed in the previous conversation, it was isolating and terrifying to think that the one person that you trust so much, because Will really wanted to pull Skylar in to be kind of like that second in command, that person that oversees things and kind of acts as that insight into like the people around the town and such. But like, realizing that potentially that person that you trusted with information and trusted with, you know, just your authentic emotions and things like that, that they could potentially betray you. Of course, Will was freaked out and, you know, just wanted to protect himself too. And like everything that was done over the course of past, well, with Skylar's pregnancy, it was done with the intention to protect her and Santi and the baby. And, you know, sometimes love isn't enough to protect you. It's like we discussed earlier. So it's sad all around. But ultimately, this conversation needed to happen. When Skylar first saw Will again back in Blackwater, it was so tense. But then once they started talking, it was like this big sigh of relief and like, okay, I'm a little pissed at you. Where the hell have you been, Loka? But also, thank God you're alive. Like, thank God. Just, oh, it's like being siblings. Only I can bully you and be mad at you. Only I can punch you in the face. Like, what do you mean another gang wants you dead? What the fuck? What did you do? How do we help you? So yeah, it's just, it was a conversation like the many that have happened in this stream. I'm really thankful, by the way, that so many good conversations got to happen. But yeah, it's just, I'm so sad to like put that little bookmark in for Skylar, but it's like I keep reiterating, it's not a goodbye forever. It's just, we're gonna take time and recuperate and let these two silly kids, I say that, but they're like my kids, my little pixel cowboy kids. Let Santiago and Skylar rest and enjoy the second pregnancy. And then we'll see what happens from there. Skylar will visit, and she'll see what's going on in Monroe and see if she can help her family out at all, but yeah, it's out of her control now. and I think she likes it that way. Yeah, I think Will's player's having some issues getting back in. 1 second, guys. Well, that's certainly something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I do think it's important that you're back in Blackwater more because now at least, well, Vienna and Toby have talked through a lot of their initial issues, the things that I was concerned about whenever I first talked to Vienna. So they seem to be doing well.
Yeah.
And he's hardworking. He likes the saloon a lot. He takes care of what he can. I know Critter and Nikolai are still around. I know Vienna mentioned it's been difficult to keep staff around. And truth be told, I think that is because you're not here, as odd as that might sound, but I think having...
Well, thank you.
I mean, it's just the truth. Having an anchor is important, yes, but also having the warm ship to kind of reside within and talk and have someone to talk to, it's important as well. Vienna's never really been the most talkative type.
No, and I miss it. And that was... Yeah, that was definitely the best of times when it was like that, you know?
Yeah, it's what I told Critter, it's what I told Santi. It's the fact that we've all gone down different paths and we do our own things most of the day, but when things get really hard, all I usually think about is those nights upon nights upon nights where we were all a little bit broke, a little bit broken, trying to find some sort of warmth, and we just stayed in that saloon for hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hours. We would stay there for
Oh,
hours,
no.
not moving.
It drive my brother wild, like crazy. Like, I can't be in. Why are you always there? I'm like, it's home and family and everyone there. Yeah, it's wild to look back on, just like, damn, the choices I've made and where that's led. It's kind of one wonderful tragedy. So, but
I suppose. I like to see it as it's just one book in a series or a chronicle of sorts. You can have one of them be a bit of a tragedy, and then you can have another one be a comeback or, victory.
yeah, no, certainly. But it's like leaving Vienna, Cass, my brother, and then Jess over the cat, and then and then from there, I decided I was gonna shave my head and do heroin for a little while because.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
What else you can? Yeah, exactly. And then it's just, yeah, I don't know. I lay in bed and think about it a lot, and it's like, good lord, if I had a time machine, I would not allow myself to talk to people ever. Just cut my tongue out as soon as I'm old enough to hold a knife. No, I'm kidding. The Nettie thing, she's a sweetheart. There's a lot I liked about her. There's a lot she accelerated. So, but I mean, it was, if anything, that whole situation was good for me just because I did hit the brakes and I was not necessarily getting drugged from one side to the other like I normally do. I wanted to take it slow, and well, I guess thank God I did.
truth is, everyone needs someone. And even if it's not always romantic, I think everyone stands to benefit from just having a person to talk to confide in. And I think, especially with where you were at in life, it made sense. She seemed very much a good listener and someone who just wanted to please, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw a lot of myself in her, Will. It's, I'm not sure if you heard about the whole ordeal where she talked to Vienna and everything. Yeah. It upset me so much because I thought we had been very transparent with her and very welcoming and kind, and the main source of hurt was the fact that every single one of us at the Atlas have been strangers once, and we didn't want her to feel like a stranger, and yet it felt like any efforts to bridge that gap, even amidst all the tension, it felt like it was rejected. And in hindsight, of course, it makes sense. Perhaps she was just trying to protect you, protect herself, didn't want to get involved. That makes sense, but all this to say, laying out our intentions and then turning around and hearing that we're not trustworthy, I think that was another thing that drove Felicity away, at least.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what Vienna said, but I don't think she represented it quite right. Regardless, though, that was, all I've ever wanted was this place to be a refuge, and I think that was a good example of how broken things got.
Yeah. Suddenly our open doors were either locked shut or you had to get in through jagged windows.
Yeah. And that was the easiest part. Then once you're in here, then it's a whole other dynamic. I remember even Toby, who was kind of new to everything, he's like, he witnessed sort of the fracturing, the different groups within the group sort of thing. I don't know. I know, yes, it is important to have someone. Romance, I'm kind of good on that, to be honest. It's not treated me well. And I have a lot more fun when I'm not stressing about that stuff. There's a dog over there by the church. Herding dog. That's all I need. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this. I used to, every morning, I'm trying to remember when I stopped doing it, but I used to go every morning to the church and I would clean off the gravestones, especially back in December. There were so many flowers and candles out for certain people, and then some graves just had no one, and so it would just be that dog and me and my horse and just scrubbing for hours.
Really?
And no one ever noticed, and I liked it that way.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Only time anyone ever asked anything was a lawman who thought I was trying to grave rob.
Yeah. Good old lawman. Oh my lord, yeah. I once tried to rob a grave once. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Me and my brother were in Rhodes.
Of course.
We just lost at blackjack. Blackjack dealer. It's like calling my mother a whore and all that. And I was like, well, where's your parents? And they're like, dead. And I'm like, where? Like, buried out in Rhodes. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking dig them up. And anyway, I get my shovel, go over there. I'm like, all right, brother, I need you to just keep an eye out. Well, I'm sitting there digging. Look over my shoulder. My brother's just staring at my back. There's like 6 lawmen are walking up. Yep. He's the worst lookout ever. That was the end of
your grave robbing career.
Yeah, I haven't told them why I was doing it, and they caught a kick out of it. I didn't get fined or anything, but yeah. That was a long time ago. I've definitely smartened up by now,
Right. Oh, speaking of your brother, are you and him, are y'all alright?
Yeah, we're fine. I've yet to talk to him about when I last saw you. I left to go have that conversation, and I think I found out that something big happened in Annesburg. The saloon, people are getting robbed or something.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know how to even approach that whole situation because I've been writing Jess. Jess did say she overreacted, so I hope she's starting to understand it. But yeah, Bella, that's my ex. I used to be in law with her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she was always my brother always called her little sister and things like that. So there was never like a romantic dynamic between them.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And then for whatever reason, they decided that, or Jess decided that she was cheating on, or he was cheating on her with. I mean, I get it. He went to England, and then there's this like person with an English accent showing up.
Right. Yeah. She and I had started to get a little bit closer, and so when I had asked, how are you doing? How is everything going this week? She had this whole paragraph she had sent me, and so I got conflicting information too. She told me her side of things, and then I briefly overheard Junior and Santi talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm chasing my wife around Monroe because she thinks this whole thing's happening." And then you came in with a little bit of information, so I was so confused. All I knew was that Jezebel Sinclair Stetson was in the middle of Blackwater with a gun.
Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. No, well, Bella came to punch me a few times. She came to see me. My brother told her that I worked at the saloon. Well, he was over, I guess, in England or whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. She don't quite feel very welcome anymore, which I get.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, seriously. Like, welcome to Monroe. It's
You have someone hunting you
wonderful.
down actively.
Yeah, and you have no idea who they are.
That's terrifying. I mean, I'd know. I lived it for 7 months.
Yeah. Hopefully, though. I mean, I've sent a few telegrams. I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see.
They're actually together this weekend, so we'll see what happens.
That's good.
Is it?
I don't know. I think that I brought that up too as well because I did tell Jess and Junior that it's important that we meet halfway. That Junior expressed that he often feels similar to Santi, where he doesn't really know what's happening until things explode. And I said, well, the only way we fix that is just communicate more, and not doing so whenever it's an active wartime, for lack of a better comparison. Just having more family dinners, just getting out more. And so,
yeah,
I hope that we can do that. I mean, I'll come once a month or more if you need anything, and then we could have little sit-down get-togethers with them too. Get out of Blackwater and maybe go to their house.
Yeah, I know this really nice cabin north of Valentine. We could go have dinner there. You can crawl through the windows.
Sure. And if we get some unwanted guests, then we could just vandalize their property.
Yeah. I really want someone to make me a bunch of nooses out of guitar strings.
Yeah? I think that'd be a very cutthroat way to go. Here.
Oh, I should go over to Willa's and ask if they could make me one.
Say, for
I
no
might
reason,
not be
Willa.
alive by the time you're back, just so you know. But
well, please do.
It's been a good run.
A good run, please. My God. That notebook you got me a long time ago. You remember that very overpriced one from those salesmen? I've written so much in it ever since I was pregnant with Aurora, and even now, every time I feel stressed or nervous, I try to write down advice that I'd give her and that I hope she can look back on one day. And one thing that it's gotten me emotional, it's gotten me frustrated, but it's also now feels relieving to think about. It's the fact that she will come to know all of you and she will see all of you, but while we're in Mexico, while she's growing up, and she's not going to, I guess, learn to walk running around the streets of Blackwater because hell no, it's not safe. But the fact is, she'll know all of you, and she'll also know you through that book. How much I write about all of you, the complicated emotions, the good memories, the bad memories, how to overcome it, how to have patience with your loved ones. But I think about that a lot because not once in that book do I talk about Monroe or the state, or I'll talk vaguely of Blackwater, but it's never been about that. It's always been about all of you.
Yeah. That's why I'm very, very, gonna go weep after you're gone.
No, don't
But
do that.
I think those lessons, and it's important. I'm glad that you wrote about the hard times and the navigating just conflict in family, because that's, I don't know. If you've ever been in a family that doesn't fight, I think it just means they're not close. And
Have you happened to meet Dr. Olivia?
what?
Have you met Dr. Olivia Harmon?
No, I don't talk to women anymore.
Well, she's married, so you're safe. But also,
Yeah, we'll see.
she's from a very large family, and back whenever it was a bit after our talk on the docks, and I was obviously freaked out and sad and didn't know what to do with myself, if I should just leave the Atlas, whatever, I talked to her a lot, and she offered that wisdom that I needed, that families fight. And sometimes you just need to go to your room and slam the door shut and lock it for a while, but you're still in the same house.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I never had that. And so writing in that book so much, it's my hope is that she'll read it, yes, when she's struggling, but also because, well, she's going to have a little brother or sister soon. And I don't know how to navigate that either. How do I teach one child who's so used to having all the parents, all the aunts and uncles' attention to suddenly not, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. And so I'm hoping that maybe writing about these dynamics as I learn them, it'll help her one day.
Oh, definitely. If I had something like that for my parents, it would be priceless. And just regardless of, I bet she opens it up just wanting to kind of crawl in your head a little bit, and she's going to learn a lot by doing it as well. So, yeah.
I hope so.
I don't know.
I hear those teenage years, they really resent their parents, so
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
she'll have some
Oh,
fondness
you guys
for
are
me.
fucked.
I can't wait.
Knowing both of you and what, yeah, that's,
Oh yes, she'll be stubborn and willful, she'll be smart, she'll be, God, she's gonna be stubborn. And then, you know, she has Santi wrapped around her little finger. He can't tell her no. And then one day he's gonna have to tell her no, and she's gonna throw a whole fit. And it's gonna
Oh, God.
it's gonna be a nightmare, but it'll be our little nightmare to pick up.
You're going to have two children. You're going to, well, Santi, that's what I meant. Two broken children, because he's going to be devastated after she gets so upset.
Oh yes.
He says no for the first time. Aw.
Yep, and then suddenly I'm the favorite for a week.
Yeah, but then soon you'll be back to being the...
The second-rate parent. That's how it's felt.
Yeah, the no fun. What do you mean I can't play with fire?
I'm telling you, I went to the convent to be fixed, Will. I felt I was such an odd child. I was so loud and rambunctious, and they would always comment on how messy I was and how hard I was to teach. And so, going to the convent, I thought I'd become a proper right woman. I'd be so well-mannered. And so I know for a fact I'm getting everything back to me in the form of my daughter, and she's not going to be in a no damn convent. No, she's spoiled.
Oh my God. Yeah? Aw. Yeah, you have to get pictures and send them this way.
Yes, I have an entire little scrapbook I've been using. I'm not sure if you've met Penelope Clearwater. She, I think, was a friend of Nettie's at one point.
Who again?
Penelope.
Yes, actually.
Very perky, always singing, always has a little sparkle in her eye, a pep in her step. She's really good at scrapbooking, and I saw her recent one, and it kind of inspired me to get back into it. So I've been compiling pictures from when I first met all of you and Christmas, and a long time ago, Vienna gave me a camera actually, and I felt really bad because I never did anything with it. But she asked me to capture Blackwater, and she wanted to see through my eyes. And so I've been trying to get back into that and capture everything because Aurora, she's walking awfully, but she's trying. She's officially said, she says, Mama, she says, Daddy, and she says, Tort for Torta.
Oh, that's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So we're getting places, not very fast, but she's getting places.
Man. Well, Skylar, you for so long, you were definitely a big reason to wake up, come here. And you've been an absolute gift. to everybody here. And I'm so glad that he ignored me all those times back then and stuck around. Decided to chase after a very stubborn man.
It's alright, I whipped him into shape.
Nah. But you're gonna be missed. I know you said it's goodbye, not good. Wait, good night?
It's good night, not goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright, yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna hold you to that to an extent, but just know how you mean the world to me. And I think through it all, you became sort of my best friend. And someone I could rely on. Man, this is way harder than I thought.
Okay.
But I'll miss you.
Of course.
And if you ever need anything, let me know. If you ever need things to be fucked up, I can also do that because I'm good at that as well.
I think, like you said, it's I think y'all are the gift that keeps giving, regardless of how difficult it becomes. I never really told anyone except Santi this, but you know, the day I keep mentioning that Trout and Jim kind of saved my life. They helped me with that poisoning. It was not intentional. It was an accident, but I knew it would happen. I was in town solely to trade off my horse. I had found that they had some stable services. I knew she could retire there, would be taken care of. All the money I made from hunting, they would pay for her board for at least a year. And I was just, I accepted whatever would come. And so, being dragged back from the brink of just accepting what was happening in my body and knowing I was being poisoned, basically, and then being forced to sit back up, I hated it. I resented it. I hated the fact that I was stuck in a hospital bed for 3 days and then I had to recover. And then you offered me hot chocolate and food. So no.
Yeah.
Y'all have been gifts too. You kind of gave me that ability to see a life again. That, you know, I fought tooth and nail to get out of one cage, and now I was allowed to just breathe instead of survive. It was, I don't forget that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if that's, I'd be happy to have that written on my gravestone if I did that. Made you welcome, that's... Yeah. Like
I said,
I'm gonna give you a hug, though.
I was gonna say, yeah. I've been giving a lot of hugs today, and I feel weird about it, but it's important. Affection and whatever.
I'll deal with it. I have blamed you for... Well, you blame me for you getting knocked up the first time. Second time, there's no... I blame you for my whole life just falling apart because you're like, you should be happy and go share your emotions with people.
That's okay. I take full blame for that because regardless, yes, you do deserve to be happy and share your emotions with people. That's normal. It's just not normal the people you've encountered.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just gonna be me and that dog.
No.
Pink, what are we doing?
It's a good night, not a goodbye. I promise you. A pinky promise on it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'll hold you to it. It's not just you and that dog. You have everyone here. I mean, we say that. They're not in the saloon right now, but you know what I mean. They're around somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them all back together.
Me too. And
so,
yeah.
You just gotta let me know when you are coming around. Or just, yeah. And then I'm gonna get a new notebook that's gonna be titled Things to Tell Skylar, because I need help understanding things. That's the title right there. And so yeah, let's keep in touch then.
Of course. Let's keep going. I want to schedule the days around whenever, you know, I'll have appointments and things like that, so it's a nice full day. Yeah, I'll make
I
it
will
a
shoot
little
myself
vacation.
if that means you'll show up, just so you know. Oh, I would never do that to you. Make you be my therapist. You already
What?
are.
I mean, kind of. This is one thing that, after work recently, Santi would come to the saloon with me, and we just kind of talk about that, how it's so empty recently.
Yeah. I'm gonna fix that. With my magnetic personality. Hello.
I'm just gonna go protect the upstairs from.
Thank you.
Ned Wells.
Yes.
Please put in your bets.
All right.
I'm gonna go check my telegrams real quick, but I will let you know. We should be leaving sometime Sunday, perhaps. But
Sunday?
if anything changes, I'll let you know.
All right. I assume Santi's no longer law, or is he?
I don't think so now. I think he's long since been done. He hasn't officially resigned or anything, but he's been packing and he's ready to go because goodbyes are hard. He doesn't want to say goodbye.
Yeah. We'll look out for him, all right?
Of course.
Tell him I love him. And
I'm gonna get my lucky shade.
that your kid, teach him English so I can talk to him. I don't want him to come back speaking French, all right?
Of course. I mean, hell, my Spanish is pretty okay, but I will teach them to be multilingual because I think it'd be funny if they can curse people out in both languages.
Oh, definitely.
Alright, let me go check.
Oh, yeah. All right. Take care.
Oh, my heart. William. You stinky man. Man. Everything hurts, and I crave the sweet embrace of death. I don't know. I think we had a productive session, to be honest. Like, more than productive. I didn't even expect some folks to be around that were. So that's honestly good. And also, holy shit, it's midnight 36. Excellente. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we're gonna take Skylar to sleep. Just call it a night. Because I'm pretty sure we talked to Will for like a good hour and a half of this session. But as we retire for the night, all this is to say, I do intend to roleplay the entire experience of playing my other character on a different server. And as Skylar and Will discussed tonight, she will be coming around, even if it's just to support her family however she can. They are sort of her main link to Monroe. It was never about the gangs, the violence, the scheming, the whatever. It was this group of very lost, broken individuals all running from their past, just trying to make a better future. And that's a story that I think is always worth telling. It's a story that deserves a good ending, so to speak. So I'm just proud of this entire little group. Like, what a privilege and a delight to tell stories with them for the past almost year. Like, just what a great group of people. So let me lock this up. We've got this empty house after everything, and for those that haven't been here or didn't see all the previous yapping I did, this house isn't even their original home. It's the second home they purchased after the first one was burned to the ground. And it didn't look like this either. This is just, it's gutted. I moved some walls around with the intention of making this like a big bunk room for multiple people to sleep in, and then there's a bathroom over here, like just kind of turning it into a mini vacation home of sorts for people to stop by if they just need a place to crash. But even though this is their second house, it still holds so many memories, so many moments and scenes. And we had a little stint where Cass, who is part of the Atlas family, who is basically like Skylar's sister, but not even by blood, just by something stronger. She came to live with them temporarily, which was wonderful. We had so many good conversations, but yeah, ending a chapter, putting it on hold, putting a little bookmark there. Okay, Skylar. It's always going to be painful, but I appreciate anyone who has cared enough to look deeper than Skylar's initial demeanor of being a soft-spoken little Southern belle that's running from her past, to get to know what's beneath the surface. And again, I don't think her story's over. I think that we're going to have a lot of fun with the future plot lines of her kind of coming back to help the Atlas wherever she needs to or can help, and then just returning back to her growing family. Anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. I know I had a lot to yap about, but there's a lot to say, to be fair. I think I just realized I didn't attach my microphone audio capture to my BRB screen and my ending screen. That's unfortunate. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good night and a good weekend. I will likely stream her again tomorrow just to continue having these ending conversations. I think some of them might be a little bit more interesting. Some people might have more hurt feelings. Some people might disagree with her decision. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But in any case, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Get some sleep, hydrate, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!